Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let everybody get in. Good morning, Sam. Good to see you. Just checking in. Another hodgepodge of conversation today. Let me know if I'm morning Renaissance. Let me know if you can. I think you can hear me and see me. Well, you can't see me yet, but clearly, give me a minute to let my face wake up. It's puffy. The morning puff. You're still swollen. Um, Went to bed late and got up not early enough. The girls were not happy when I let them out late, but it snowed all day yesterday. So we are talking about 10 inches, which is no 10 centimeters, which is about 5 inches, but I think there's more than 10. Like it's out of hand. So okay, thanks, Sam. So yeah, so I'm drinking. I haven't had my tea yet. I'm drinking my juice. My elbow is hurting me again, tennis elbow. I don't play tennis, but it's called tennis elbow. And the shoveling today was just difficult. I shoveled yesterday as well, once. I should have went back maybe another 2 more times, but there was no point. I didn't want to go to bed in pain. Good morning, Fifi. So I'm drinking my juice. It's carrot, apple, ginger, turmeric, 500 milliliters. I put some black pepper in this morning. A burdock root. I found some at the whole place. The expensive one. You don't. I got burdock root. I put one orange in here and a lime and some vitamin C. It does help with the inflammation because my knee hasn't been bothering me. My elbows bother me because I strained it. I did strain it. Anyways, I'm just gonna get into it. It's always about what happened this week. I was sick one day this week. Wasn't sick, but I just wasn't feeling well. Sat at my desk. The room was spinning, so I took a sick day because they said I couldn't take a half sick day because I sometimes do that. I'm like, maybe I just need to sleep in for another hour or two, and then I'll go to do an afternoon. They can't do that, which was so irritating. But in all honesty, I was knocked out in my bed for all the day. So this week, I'm not sure exactly what happened. I found I think I told you guys last week. I found where the rat is entering the chicken coop. Fast forward several months, I noticed a pile of dirt at the bottom of one of my tiers going up the bottom one. I thought it fell out, and my sister said, "Nah, it looks like something's digging in there," because she had the same issue with a raised bed at her parents' house, and it was some kind of animal. Anyways, this week, I can't remember which day it happened because it all happened this week, but it could be the same story or two different stories. I'm just giving you the summary. I went outside. Saw something in the daytime run out, and then I saw something run from one tier to the other tier on the main level. The rat. The rat looked fat. Not the same rat that ran over my foot. This is like a fatter rat. It's either the same rat or what. So they're like in broad daylight eating the food. The next day I went out, all the chickens were not in the run. That was strange. They usually go in the run if something's wrong, they're scared, there's wind or something. So it was a little strange. It's been cold this week, colder than it was, but it's still normal winter weather. Nothing out of the ordinary, and they're cool. They're not cold. So something was strange. I think maybe the rat got in there. I also saw a mouse in broad daylight walk out from the back window. I'm like, this is getting out of hand. So called somebody. All now they didn't put the traps out for me. I have to do everything myself. So I got some bait from the feed store last Saturday. I'm gonna put the bait in the traps and put just traps everywhere. And what I'm gonna do is put the traps in the run at night and the electrical trap at least. I watched this other guy's video and he was saying he bought every trap known to man, even the electrical ones, and it didn't really work. Like he caught a few things here and there. The rats are smart. He caught more mice than rats, but he mentioned something. I'm going to give it a try. He's in my zone. He's in my, and see how it works. So those of you who are gonna get chickens, I don't know if if it's, I don't think it's just me, but rats like the food. There was probably already rats there. The rats, hey big rooster, good morning, thank you. Rats don't just come. They were already there, but the rat moved in about 5 feet behind the chicken run because now he's found a reliable food source. Because I told you several months ago, before winter started, I went into the coop when I used to keep the food in the coop, the hanging feeder, and in broad daylight, it was just in there eating. So I moved it to the run where the chickens are mostly spending their days so that the food was with them and it wasn't just left hanging by itself and the animals come in there. But girls and boys, it is going to be something. And I'm looking online right now at the local store for a pellet gun. Because if I can't use poison, whatever I use has to be lethal. I can't poison them because it could affect other animals, which I don't want. But if I have to use poison, I'm going to use some poison. But as it stands now, I'm going to use the snap traps, the electrical zapping thing, and I'm going to use a pellet gun, allegedly. Woo! Last night was a late night. If you guys didn't watch, I went. Tori's brain was hype. Big Roosters was hype. I got my new TV, so now I can watch it on the TV now. Because before I had to have my phone or my tablet, and I'll be like, putting in the. But now I have the TV. Good morning, she said. If I didn't call you out, so I could play the game. So I was doing better. But man, if you don't get a good word in each round, that's it. And then I think last night the computer was given away, but I was in and out in 3 different lives at the same time. Good morning, G Mama. And that was that. So the chickens are doing good. I'm really on the verge of ordering 2 more, but we shall see. We shall see. The snow is a hot mess right now, so I'm gonna have to shovel a little later. Everyone's having a bit of car problems, so my car's working, but I'll figure that out. I got to go to the wholesale store, get some more stuff to juice. I am still juicing. I don't always talk about it. I'm going to put some videos out, but I'm still juicing, and it does definitely helps my health. Good morning, Happy Mac. Now, for the medical update, I was mentioning to you guys and encouraging you all to go to your doctor, get your checkups. While things are good, you're not really having any issues, go get your checkups, do your blood work, all that kind of stuff. Any issues that you have, talk to your doctor and get them sorted out. So that's what I've been doing. So I went to the doctor and I complained about 3 things that are concerning me. Did the blood work, urine, blood pressure, all that stuff. The blood pressure, she was a bit but she's like, I'm telling you, I tried to give you a run for your money. I'm like, you're gonna earn that number 1 spot tonight. And just get some things, checked out now. So everything came back fine, except for one thing, which I wasn't even thinking of. But that's my own fault because I'm not taking that medication. I just really don't want to take it. And I haven't been taking it every day. I go, well, I missed a few days, like I missed several weeks. So that was low. So she sent me to the specialist, which I've been to him before to check certain things, but I want to talk to him about it more honestly because that's his specialty. I don't want this medication. And I think that's part of causing me my joint pain. From what I've researched, it causes joint pain. And what is it really doing for me? Oh yeah, there's a couple words I put in there too, Psalms. It doesn't take certain words. But I put it in the chat, but it didn't take it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I have and I'm going to get my dental appointment. It has time for a cleaning. So I have a sleep test done. So I asked for a sleep test. So that's going to be done in early April. To see if, anything wrong with my sleep, if it's sleep apnea or anything like that, just to make sure. If that comes back fine, then that will eliminate that. I don't have high sugar, so that's good. That's all normal. Cholesterol, everything else is normal and excellent. The only other thing I mentioned to her was the blood pressure, which she already knows. She wasn't too concerned, so she's still monitoring it. But I don't know about you all, but I find because they have a certain number in their mind, especially the nurses, not even the doctors, and other people that you go to before you go to the doctor. Like the nurses check your blood pressure and like they do all this, the pre-screening. And then they're like, "Oh, are you on medication?" And there's all this fear and all this, "Oh my God, like it's high." That's been my number for the last how much years? Like that's my number. That's my baseline. Your baseline that you're basing it off of is not somebody of my ethnic group, not the same food type. Like things are different. So you can't have the same baseline. And there seems to be a lack of understanding with that. I will never be that number that you're trying to get me to. That will never be my blood pressure number ever in this life. I've been checking my blood pressure since early 20s, and it's never been that number. That's like, check the person's history. All this data is, maybe she can't check it, she's a nurse. So that's why my doctor probably wasn't that concerned. She goes, if it gets to this number, then be concerned. And sometimes it goes there. She goes, yeah, but does it stay there? I go, no. So I started walking again. I stopped. I haven't gotten to the gym, but I got the new TV, and now I can cast from my phone again, because the other one you couldn't do any more upgrades. These people are so wicked. Nothing wrong with the TV, no, nothing wrong with the TV, but because they won't give you any more updates, that's what happens. Hold on a second here. Let me see what's going on. I'm getting your seeds ready and wondering if you'd like me to add some calendula. I don't have fenugreek. Yeah, I have calendula, but is there different kinds of calendula, G Mama? I have the basic calendula, but I'll take more because I heard it takes a long time to germinate. I never really started them inside. Well, once last year from a kit I got from the dollar store. So I can't really use that as a benchmark. But yeah, I'll take calendula. Um, I'm still No, she's not gone yet. She doesn't leave till the end of the month, so the 31st, which is next Sunday. Which I'll get to her in a minute. So yeah, so everything else is okay. I'll go for my dental cleaning, but just, guys, go for your checkups, your updates. The only thing is that I'm having an itch on my thigh. It's been like that for over 3 or 4 years. I thought it was eczema, a rash. There's no rash there, but I thought it was because of that. It could be the medication, it could be parasites, it could be, someone said vitamin B. Like, it could be a whole myriad of things. Again, this is not medical advice. I'm just telling you my story. Go talk to your own doctor about your own issues and get proper counsel before you do anything, try anything, take anything, you know, do your own research. Good morning, Pennsylvania Preparedness. So that's what I'm doing, just to make sure that everything is in good working order. I'm fine. Nothing that in my family history is flaring up. I'm trying to keep a clean diet. So everything so far is good. I don't have any issues. Just there's an itch. So I don't know if it's a skin irritation. I saw online that there's a thing going around, and it's this older man was itchy all over his body, and they can't find the source of it. It's some kind of condition. So I don't know. I'm thinking it could be parasites or something. I don't know. So I'm gonna do a cleanse, but it's not a normal itch. There's no rash. It's just, it doesn't make sense. So it could be a food allergy. So I'm probably going to go to do an allergy test in the near future. Maybe end of April. I have to go back to the doctor and book that, get her to send me to an allergist. Maybe I'm allergic to something that I'm taking in the juice or something, and I don't realize that I'm allergic to it. It could be that. But I'm just checking everything right now to get everything in order and then move forward. Now, the tenant, we went back this week. I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Because Tuesday I took the sick day, and then Wednesday I went to go back to the same property. We went back with the contractor to see, so he can see what needs to be done, measure the space, get a sense of the size more accurately to how much paint he's going to need. It's all one color. He can cut out a piece of the drywall, take that to the box store, match the paint, and then the whole place can be painted the exact same color, refreshed, baseboards and patch holes and so forth. We get there, get inside. This property is a duplex, so the main floor is empty right now. It's being shown to get a tenant. It's being our we were there, myself, my business partner, and our real estate agent was there. So 3 women. We were there. We were all wearing masks. The real estate agent wasn't feeling too well. She's like, you know what? Let me wear a mask just in case, so that there's no issue with anybody saying they got sick. I wore a mask, and the other lady wore a mask, just because we were going to go into that apartment upstairs. So the main floor is empty. We, put our handbags down. The contractor looked at the place, same thing, paint and refresh the place, since the whole place will be empty. Check the basement. There were some issues with the basement that need to be fixed. A panel put up to access the water. Just a few little things. We had repaired something a way back, but the shower has to be retiled. Now we're going to get that done, and some other things. And then we all went upstairs. So we're going upstairs, and I didn't see a vehicle. So the boyfriend has the vehicle, but I could hear his footsteps, because you can tell how people walk. He walks very heavy. So I know it wasn't her. It was him. No problem. Make no difference. We gave them the notice in writing, proper notice. We were going in there. And we made it clear in the writing now that whether you're there or not, we're going in, because all this scheduling and tag back and forth, we done with it, because she doesn't answer or respond timely unless she wants something. And we got to plan our time and our schedule. We're not being selfish, but come on, we all have things to do. So now it's like, give them notice, and if you're not there, we're going in. We go upstairs, and we notice, like, I moved my finger, and so did my colleague. Like, yeah, they have a camera next to the sensor light that we have to light the stairs up as you're going up and down. There's a camera there. Doesn't matter. Knock on the door. We go in there. And I told you guys last week, I've never seen the sink empty since ever. It's been 5 years. They've been there since 2019, and it would have been 5 full years in August. So 4.5 years. Sink's not empty again. I'm smelling something stink, but I'm wondering, is it my breath? Because you're wearing a mask. I was like, is it my breath? And I'm like, no. we're all kind of like looking a little lost. The two men weren't wearing a mask. The contractor and his project manager weren't wearing a mask. So they were smelling it fully. So I'm looking in the kitchen, showing them what needs to be addressed. And we kind of went off as 2 teams. The one guy went over there, and the other guy was me looking at the kitchen, making notes and measuring and showing stuff. And the sink had this smell. Well, we would know, but we don't know. If you leave dishes in the sink long enough and the water's just there sour, it don't smell right. I looked at the fridge, while the girl was turned away. I looked in the fridge and the freezer. It's a hot mess. So the agent was saying her cleaners ain't gonna do the cleaning for the price that she had told us. That would be like the fridge alone. Sorry to cough. Anyways, still smelling the smell. Then we realize that the girl is the smell because I'm smelling a smell, the agent smelling a smell, and my colleague smelling a smell, and we have masks on. So all of us can't have bad breath that bad that we're smelling it's not us. It was the girl and the sink. Yeah. But by this point, we had left the kitchen. We're in the bedroom. We're in the living room. We're in the office / other bedroom / the bathroom, and going through the whole place, because the whole place needs to be done, and it's going to need to be cleaned. But good morning, Jamaica. But she smelled ripe. I don't know how it's possible. And most women have a strong sense of smell. I have a strong sense of smell. But to smell something through a mask, it tells you that's some kind of smell. And went downstairs, but I didn't compute that it was her. But I was like, and then when I went downstairs and we're all back talking quietly, like whispering, because we're like, they can hear us. about the assessment, what we're going to do. And, we're starting to work on April the 1st. So Sunday night, we're going to go there, collect the keys. We can sleep on the main floor. And then first things the Monday morning, because I'm off, start cleaning, because we can't leave it for a hired cleaner. It's going to cost too much. It's cheaper for just to do it ourselves, or stay Virginia, to start it off ourselves. Lord, I don't know how those dudes were in there. And this is what baffles me every time. I'm like, how do these people have a boyfriend for 5 years? Like, she was so right. So sometimes people take medication, and maybe it's the medication. And obviously, no joke, not no joke, but maybe there's a wellness issue, because it wasn't like we popped up. We made an appointment on Monday night to say we're going to come on Wednesday night at 6:30, Monday afternoon. So you've had more than 24-hour notice to know that we're coming. And this is how people are living. And yeah, it was rough. It was rough. Oh, let me drop the links. I forgot to drop the link. Hold on, in case someone's there. Hey, good morning, Miss Shirley. So that was very difficult. Yeah, these people always have a man. Always have a man. And I said, sometimes I say stuff which is very rude to be saying in public, but we're not in public. We're in our own little group right now. But like, I guess washing your front ain't mandatory no more, because I'm like, yo, you smell so ripe. I trying to smell you. Girl, the snow is out of hand here. Morning, devil dog. Prepper. Gotta make sure, because I know that there's another devil dog, so I don't want to mix up. But yeah, it was a hot mess. So we kept a straight face, because either way, you have to be respectful in front of people, and don't be rude. But yeah, that's why I have a mask on, and sometimes I put Vicks in my nose and the mask, so that I don't have to smell nothing. But it was a hot mess. But the place, again, is still in good condition. Now, as for the cats, somebody asked, "Oh, so what's gonna happen to your cats? Because you're going to, she said she's going to Europe for this job, and her boyfriend's not coming." But her boyfriend was there and was very happy. So I call it a soft breakup, but it's either someone's lying about relocating, or I don't know. Something don't make sense. Because if you're leaving the country and you're doing a long distance, maybe they're going to make it work. I don't know. She said the cats are going to go with her. She checked it out already, and they're her besties, and they're together forever until, they're no longer on this earth. I said, "Really? They would have been in the park if they were my cats. They would be in the park. I mean, gone on the plane." So just, to see her reaction. But she said she checked it out. I don't know anybody. I know people who've moved to Canada from like England, and they've left their pets. It was not worth it to bring their pet. It was that expensive. So I can't imagine how much it's going to cost to ship 2 cats over to another country, and veterinary certificates and all the stuff that you have to have in order to make sure that they're in good health before they go to that country. I don't know the workings, but I don't see how that's going to work. And just some other stuff that was, hogwash, but whatever. The backyard needs some cleaning, major cleaning, painting the fence. But other than that, like, nothing to complain about. Real estate is work. It's did I miss anybody? Um, exactly. I know you doing some work. I was working too. Good morning, Random Jail. Is work, but you have to take the good with the bad, is what my dad always says, in a different way, but he says it's basically take the good with the bad. There is good experiences, there's good tenants, there's bad tenants, but ultimately the house is in very good condition. You would have had to paint anyways, you would have had to clean anyways. Yes, I have to clean more than usual, but God's given me the strength. I know how to use certain products. Oven cleaner is your best friend. The easy off can soak off any grime and grease, and on other surfaces in the pot, whatever. Just get your gloves on, your mask, and just get to the job. Baking soda, Dawn Power Wash is like, fantastic. You can use toilet bowl cleaner on more than just the toilets. So if you know what to do and how to do it, you can do a lot more than you think. Don't what's the word? Don't make your mind negative on something because you've seen people have bad experiences. I want to do a video when we get there when it's empty because it wasn't appropriate to record when they were there, even though I probably could have. When it's empty, I will record. I did see some dings in the wall and some things, but as the man said, he goes, just put some putty on it, mud, and sand it. And when I paint everything, you won't even know. And show you how it looks, not on a live, but I'll record a video of how it looks empty. And it has space for a garden, but I don't do gardening there. It's too far from my house. And it's an extra task. Um, give me a second here. I believe they make them quarantine animals for 90 days in England, but it might have no, I think it's still that. I don't have current information, but I think there's a whole process. But I know coming from England to Canada, I don't know about going to Europe and where else she's going, but I don't see it being cost effective to bring, your two animals with you. It's not cost effective. It's just not. So that tells you that the boyfriend's not taking them. I went to the garage, it's not empty. But anyways, back to that. There's a lot of stuff happening I see on the news with especially squatting. Squatting is a problem. I've never I think that's an American thing, to be honest. Maybe in the country here, like the remote areas, but leaving a property vacant isn't really a thing. If something is vacant or abandoned, it's owned by a company or entity or like the government or the city. It's not just sitting there vacant. I never recommend things sitting there vacant. Good morning, Howie. It's never a good thing. You still have to mow the lawn and do all the maintenance anyways, and it's just not worth it. So I don't know why there's so many vacant properties I see like held by squatters in the news, but you're better off getting, hey Brampton. Oh, you don't want I've been outside already because I had to take the chickens out and feed them. So I had to shovel about 2 times last night, 1.5 really. And then this morning I went out and did part of it, but not all of it. It's yeah, spring is not here. Winter's like, nope, I'm not leaving. Um, yeah, I saw the video Psalms. They're teaching people the laws and how to squat. Let me tell you something. It's not easy getting somebody out, even when they're not a squad, when they're a tenant. It's a very frustrating and downgrading experience. It sucks you dry. And over here, and I think even in the States, a lot of them want you to pay them to leave, either to pay them out to leave early for their lease, or there's a whole thing. There's a whole thing. I'm not even going to talk about it because I'm not going to give them legs to stand on, but it's a whole thing. And unless you're willing to be a little low down, you're going to be in the court system. They start taxing you for vacant properties. I think it's $20,000. There's one vacant now, but it's not vacant because we want it vacant. We've been having an agent show it to rent it, and there's no suitable candidates. A couple of the cities that we deal with, every city is different. So there's Toronto, Mississauga, there's Brampton, there's Hamilton. I'm in Hamilton as well. Burlington, and Hamilton recently changed. They don't want Airbnbs and short-term rentals, and there's a housing crisis. There may be a housing crisis, but Hamilton, for example, you can't have an Airbnb unless it's your primary residence. So if you don't live there, you can't have an Airbnb, or, and most houses there have like a duplex, triplex. It's more than one level. The problem that they didn't factor in that I was talking to my friends about, it's like, it doesn't matter if there's more inventory in the rental market. Can people afford to rent? That's still the baseline. So there's more inventory. There's real estate agents showing properties to rent. There's new immigrants coming to Canada. There's all this new influx. So there's, and people who come from other countries come with money. Don't equate it to like the illegals and stuff. They come with money. You have to have a certain thing to come to Canada. So they're not coming with shekels and pences. They're coming with money. and to show that they can support themselves for at least a whatever, even beyond those who are getting stuff from the government. That's a whole other argument and whole other disgust. There's nobody suitable. People do not have um good proof of income, good credit. They don't have a job. These are not new immigrants. I'm talking about people who've been here in Canada. There's not suitable candidates. There's always some kind of red flags. There's some kind of sneaky something in the paperwork that, unless you've experienced it before, you don't pick up on it. But I've been down this road before and been almost burned 2 times, so I pick up on it. They're not suitable candidates. Then you get them in there, then you can't get them out, and then they're not paying their rent. There's not the problem is not there is a housing crisis, but not for inventory. They're making it like we need more inventory, we need more apartments, and then we know housing crisis. No, people can't afford housing. They haven't dealt with the issue. I don't think we have a squatting in South Carolina. Don't hear about those things here. I guess people don't dare try it in certain places because they know what's going to happen, and they trash the place. They trash the place. So hopefully, well, we're going to be there. This person's not going to trash the place. There are some people, they're difficult to deal with. They're jerks. They're obnoxious, but ultimately, they don't intentionally vandalize the place because that's going to follow them. So they have enough sense to know that they're not going to do that. My particular tenants, but they trash the place. There's a lot of drug use, a lot of needles around the place. Um, the town is changing. I know Brampton had a lot of illegal apartments. Illegal does not mean, I'll use some terms loosely. Illegal means it's not registered with the city. It's not a legal documented apartment. But that does not mean that the person did not follow building code. That's a different aspect. But a lot of these illegal apartments did not follow proper building code, and or it's the rights that squatters have that kills me. If you don't own the property, they should be. That's what makes sense. But this is the point. The laws don't make sense. We park on a driveway and we drive on a parkway. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. So there's a guy on the internet that his mother's household had a squatter. I've been hearing it around the community. So we all saw the same news article. His mom gave him a lease. He went there with the lease so that he has rights as a tenant. And then he did whatever he had to do and he moved in with them. And that's what a lot of people are doing. You got to be low down. You got to be more low down than them. Lives with them, cooks the stinkiest foods, has the stinkiest, maybe that's time to have body odor. Have the stinkiest body odor and you run them out. And then you change the locks. He said you put up cameras, and then if they come back, that is considered a break and enter. Like there's certain you have to be really willing to read the bylaws, the laws, the fine print, because there's no way in hell these people can have more rights than you. And then you own the property and you're responsible for the bills, the taxes, and the insurance on the property. No, ma'am. So this is what's happening. But Brampton, they had a lot of people, the illegal basements and illegal. I call them. We call them. What's the word? Rooming houses. Rooming houses. So every square foot, there's a mattress on the floor, and people were just sleeping randomly. So I guess the fire department had to go to some places because of fires and stuff, and they're relying on the floor plan to maneuver around the house. And then you get in there, and then the floor plan is not the floor plan. There's other walls up. There's other makeshift things up to make it more rooms to have it like 50 people in one house. And then yeah. I haven't heard anyone crying about climate change this week. No. And then there were some fires, there were some casualties, and then people no, not your city. Yeah. Not Brampton Gardner, the city of Brampton. That's why she's called Brampton, because she lives in Brampton. Yeah, so that's what they did. So now they're stricter, which is good, but we have thousands of new people moving into this country every month, and they need a place to live. Yeah, but I'm telling you, the, the agent has been, well, not all of Ontario. Hamilton, she's been showing the property. There's 2 units there. Not a suitable candidate. Not a suitable candidate. So you can't tell me something's not adding up. If there's more inventory, why isn't everything now been rented out since they don't want short-term rentals? One thing we did, we have an illegal apartment, but we follow the building code. I took that in school. I still have a copy of the building code here, and you get the new inserts with the new changes. There's one thing I don't play around. I don't play around with those things, with codes and stuff. There's a certain bare minimum that you should have. And if I wouldn't live there and I don't feel safe living there, I would never put somebody else there to live. That's just my code of conduct. Some people don't give a crap, but I give a crap because I am not going to lose sleep because corners were cut and something happened to somebody. I don't play about electrical. Plumbing, maybe, but even then it's going to cost you as an owner. But I don't play with electrical, and I don't play with building codes and that kind of stuff. I I make sure that things were followed to a T. And even when the inspector came to inspect, because it's not conforming, but now it's conforming, he's like, "Yeah, I read the building code. I understand what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. I don't play around with that. That's no. You may take shortcuts now, but you're gonna pay later. Trust and believe. You will pay later." Human's first home was a cave when sun came up. Goats for butter. Yep, simplicity, simplicity. Okay, let me just catch up with the chat. Give me a second to catch up with the chat. The laws, yeah, the laws don't make sense. But I evicted a lady. Hold on. I evicted a lady with 3 kids on December 10th, 2023. The original tenant tried to sublease the unit. Ain't happened. We have a clause against that, but people do whatever. Yeah, you gotta, yeah. There's a lot of work involved. I don't want to deter anybody. I think it's still a good investment, but the laws are making it more difficult. They're actually making it unfair. They're punishing people who are trying to have a little investment, a little nest egg. They're not doing anything illegal or wrong, and they're being treated like a conglomerate, like you're a landlord and you're all the same. No, and they're being allowed to do that. And tenants are actually charging landlords that want to buy them. You want me to leave? Buy me out. And they're asking for a lot of money. And these are regular people who just have a little savings and they bought a house to rent out so that they have a little retirement and they're being punished. I don't understand why people trash a place. I saw a show before where they smashed up the toilet and sink and tub and stole all the light fixtures. I was like, I don't understand it. I'll say is they're wicked. They're wicked people. Charge them rent, show proof of ownership, and then eviction. Yep. Well, since I have a rat here, I might just I think I'm gonna be low down. I think I'm tired of being nice and following the rules. Allegedly. I might just pick up the rat in a live trap and just fling them over there and say, move into this house and breed and prosper. And that's what we're gonna do. And there's 10 cars on yep, 10 cars on the lawn. There's no lawns. It's just a muddy tire tracks. They park on the lawn, the boulevard, the side, like yep. There's bylaws and they're not allowed to park on the lawn from when I was growing up, but people do whatever they want. We had record temps, Howie, and now it's snowing again. Plus, the lady was dirty and filthy. Dogs and cats in my property. I didn't care if it was right before Christmas. I run a business, not a charity. I operate within the 4 corners of the lease. Yeah, make sure your lease is well written, thorough. We had them do the shoveling and put salt down. We provide the shovels, the salt, and everything, and they still wouldn't do it. And then the girl had the audacity to be saucy on text and say whatever. And then we had to draft a text saying, "This is none of your damn business." Like, I have to answer to her. There's too much Karens in this world. Funny enough, on Wednesday when we were talking in her unit, she asked about downstairs because And we said, like, is it rented? I go, no, it's being shown by agents. Because she goes, oh, like at 10 o'clock, I heard a noise and this and that. She goes, you know what? I know it's none of my business. Because we done tell her off already about stay in your damn lane. So she's like, I know it's none of my business. But yeah, I can deal with that. If you're concerned saying, it's 10 o'clock and somebody's here, are they supposed to be here? No problem. Give me a heads up. But she was overstepping, and we must consult and let her know. And let who know? Good morning, Onam. Good morning, Broke. Let who know? I said, who we talking to? My business partner is the one that handles the correspondence because we're all polite, but she's really polite. I'll tell you about your front, your back, your left, your right, your up, your down. Don't come to me and text me my phone that I pay for that foolishness. So she done get tell off already. So she's very on her P's and Q's. I don't have to tell you nothing. I don't owe you nothing. I'm not obligated to tell you nothing like you own me. Like I was like, yo, she don't shove. Anyways, let's not go there. But rude. So I had to put her in check. You got to put people in check right away because if you let them do it, they're going to keep doing it. So now she knows I'm not the one. I'm just not the one. I'm not going to overtly be rude, but if you start something, yeah. Yeah, people act like all landlords are millionaires. Nope, they're just regular people who have a little investment and they wanted to, maybe buy something to leave for their children, or let the children live there. Like, this is why I don't want to rent out my condo. I'm too old for this foolishness. Get a property manager. It's worth the money. And you could write it off, depending on where you are, as a business expense anyways. So these kind of things are, if you have a legitimate company, they would probably more screen the candidates and sift through candidates. We're on the verge of finding somebody suitable, but you had to wait a few months. So if you can carry the property for a few months empty while you're finding the right candidate, it's worth it. Don't just rush and put somebody in there. Don't do that. Wait until you have the right candidate. If you have a little tinge or a little something feeling or a little red flag, don't ignore it. Because we almost got fooled by these people, and they have the slippery tongue and they're so smooth with their. If you have a little something's not right, trust your instincts. Something's not right. We all live in a sick world, and Lord knows folks need to find their way. Caves are your best friends. I had too much furniture to live in a cave. I don't know if that's gonna work right now, but I'm trying to maybe scale it out to an RV. I had to pay 10,000 and something in repairs after the eviction, but I get to write it up. But yeah, so that's why some things are very negative. Some things will turn you off. My friend was turned off for over a year, and this is a couple of years ago, and had the place vacant. She had PTSD, needed time to recover. She got the place cleaned up, but had to recover. Those tenants, the experience was so horrible that she was just sitting on the property for a while. She didn't even sell it. She was debating, and now she found somebody else, good person, good candidate, and it's a much better experience. But it can knock the wind out of you. But don't let it. Just find the right. Good morning, Mirror. Find the right team. Good morning, Nikki. Find the right team. Depending on where you are and where you live, and the dynamics of your community, sometimes it's best to not let people know that you're the owner. Sometimes it's best to let them know that you're the property manager. And there's different reasons for that. And you all know those reasons sometimes. Sometimes being a female, you shouldn't let them know that you're the owner because they think, oh, I don't know what they think. They're going to just, pull the wool over your eyes and you're going to be, no. And when they tell you stuff, I'm not a construction person, but I have a knowledge and I did go to school for certain things and I had to watch certain things. So when they tell me something, especially repair people and maintenance, and it makes no damn sense, and it's like you have to have those people as well, because one guy wanted to change the furnace and it's illegal furnace, it's not safe and blah 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 blah. And I called my furnace guy. I'm like, because the furnace guy had just checked it like a week ago, and he's like, that man's lying. Because I don't know how my furnace guy would have an unsafe furnace, and he's a licensed person and he checked it and signed off on it. And then now this guy's telling me that They tell you stuff because they think, okay, you're a woman, easy target. I'm gonna get a new furnace put in and a this and a that, and then they see dollar signs. So when I'm like, hold on, let me call my guy. Call the guy in front of him. Nothing to say. He's exactly. Oh, and this is that. That I go, yeah. What'd you say again? That pipe should be turned this way and blah 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 blah. Yeah, you have to have some like even with a mechanic, do a little bit of reading before you go because these tradespeople they see a woman and they think, okay, dollar signs. I'm gonna upsell her. I'm gonna do this that. A property management company pay a little higher percentage, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Some even like right now, we don't find the tenants. We know how to do it, but do I want to give up my time and credit checks and do all that work? No. Hire an agent. They will do it for you. They charge you, I think it's 1 month's rent, but they're going to have access to a bigger pool of potential tenants. So it's better. Pay the money. Build that relationship. Don't try to do everything yourself. And that's probably the biggest tip I can give. I'll give this tip every day. Don't do everything yourself. There's some things you do yourself because you want to cut some costs. But there comes a point where your time is just too valuable. Just pay an agent to do it. Find somebody that's going to do the work. If your agent isn't doing the work that you expect of them, then get another agent. And we've had to do that. We had to get somebody else because our expectations are maybe higher than most. And the agents that we've had have been phenomenal. So it's hard to compete when we had such good agents. And the one that we have now will go out to other towns and further out. So now that she said that, she's keeping a lot of that business. That agent. Good morning, Wellness with Frugal Mama. Okay, no problem, broke. I'm just scrolling down, make sure I caught up with everybody. Women tenants, yeah, female tenants are terrible. Brampton, terrible. They're wicked, and you want to see yin and yang. They'll be nice, and when they get there, they're wicked. Tell you what to do and what to. One lady I know has a tenant, and the person won't let them into the unit or the house. You can't tell me I can't come into my own house because the mortgage is in my name and the title's in my name. I know there's rights as a tenant. Yeah, I gotta give you notice. When I give you notice, you can't tell me I can't come into my own property. And if you go there with me, you're not gonna like what you get because I'm not gonna be very nice. I quickly turn. It's not nice. Don't tell me I can't go in what belongs to me. We do a lot of repairs. It's crazy what goes on. Lots of fists. Yeah, a lot of fist size holes, a lot of arguing and domestic issues. I don't get involved in that, but just yeah, I fix the stuff, patch stuff. I know how to sand a little hole now, sand the drywall, smooth it out. And when you buy paint, buy a big bucket of paint because you're going to be touching up walls all the time. But know your rights, know the bylaws, and know how much you can bend things. And just make it clear to people when you're, giving them the keys and you're interacting with them. You just make it clear that you're not the one. You make it clear that you have friends in high places and you have friends in very low places. Because sometimes you got to call your friends from the gutter to come as a backup when you have to go and do something, allegedly. And there's some people who want to pay their rent in cash, which is not a problem. The problem is they want you to go and pick it up. And that is actually their right. They don't have to pay e-transfer or pay by check. They can sometimes pay by cash. And that makes your life more difficult. You got to go pick up the money and then go deposit it. And some of them do that out of spite. So you just got to let people know that you're not the one. And once they know how much they can push you, they're going to keep pushing. So you got to make sure you hold the line and be consistent. The higher the rent, the less likely you will have a bad tenant. At least that's my experience. 95% of my landlord experience has been very good. Yeah, it hasn't been bad. These people that are leaving have paid their rent for the entire time. A few times they were late and they got a bit saucy, and we put them in check. And we made it clear more than once. Any correspondence between you and I needs to be respectable and respectful, and your use of words needs to be well thought out. Don't come to me with this backhanded kind of rude stuff, because we're not going there. And because we're so strict with enforcing that, watch your tone when you talk to me, watch your tone when you text me, watch how you address me. They had to like keep themselves in check. They were like, "Wow, don't talk to me like that. Watch your tone, because I know when their tone goes up, I'm gonna go up, and it's gonna be ugly. So let's keep the tone in check." So they had to keep their tone in check. But if you keep letting people, my friend who's like wants to be hands off, but then she won't hire a project manager, a property manager, and the tenants is like running her, like though they won't let me in. You can't tell me I can't come into. Anyways, I told her what to do, but she won't do it. Anyways, my biggest concern is there are going to be many loss of jobs coming, and although they may be legitimate, decent people, that is correct. Renaissance. That's why, like for this situation, it was two people that were both working. I'm not a fan of renting with people with small children, although legally you can't discriminate, and I know that. But as a general conversation, I'm not really keen on the young children, because it's harder to remove people like that. And if it's only one income, or maybe two, but multiple people in the home, that scenario, that scenario is an issue. I have to pay $100 an hour to get tradespersons to do anything. So I try to do. Yeah, me too, Howie. It's too expensive, and they don't want to do the small jobs anyways. I'm definitely looking to scale down, because the maintenance is just too much. Okay, I'll let you know. Stucco repairs. But I had to learn to do stuff. Unclogged toilet. I'm telling you. Hey, analytic. Good morning. I had to learn some stuff. I even had to learn 2 times this happened at the same place. The furnace stopped working. I'm like, oh my god, my heart pounding. And then I'm like, I didn't want to call somebody to go. So we went there and checked. And both times the battery in the thermostat was dead. So we saved ourselves. But you have to know how to do the pre-checks first to eliminate the easy stuff, to make sure that it's not actually a big problem. So I learned a lot. Some landlords are tripping though. When we lived in an apartment, the landlady would knock twice every week to plug in her vacuum. I guess your plug was closest to the. I guess, yeah, that they're not gonna pay for. No, they're not gonna do that. I know one guy tried that with me. He tried that, like, oh well, the fan is attached to my thing. Listen here, don't be cheap. Now you're just being too cheap, and calculate. Like, no, he was cheap, and I had to tell him about him cheap self. It's part of the running the property. That's part of it. That lady would do a whole 3 floors. Okay, that's a bit much. I would say sorry, I'm resting. But that's what I said. If you give them an inch, they take a mile. Don't ever buy the spray cans of stucco. They are awful and expensive. I've never tried the stucco, but okay, good to note. Is stucco still a thing? Is that the popcorn ceiling? I think I have popcorn ceiling here. I didn't put that in though. That was already here. I will never manage the property myself. I don't want the tenant to ever see me. I don't want to see them. Yeah, exactly. You have to know how to spend the money, and property management is probably the best thing. And having a roster of tradespeople that you could call and just say, "Can you go fix that washing machine for me, the dryer, oh, the dishwasher?" And they just go and do it, and there's no issue, and then they send you the bill, and you can trust them because they're honest people. That's what will save you. But tenants are difficult. There are some people I know personally that had some tenants that couldn't pay because of job loss, and they said They were good tenants though, and they said, "Listen, I have a job loss. This is the issue. I am going to pay you, but I'm going to need time. I'm going to need like sometimes I'm late, sometimes I'm this, sometimes I'll pay you like a big lump sum to carry for the next month because I have the money now, and they'll pay them up front because things were just so unsteady. But they worked with the landlord, and they're still there, and they have got everything up to date and paid out. But sometimes people do fall into hard times. They do, but their character is going to stand. Just because they can't pay you now doesn't mean they're not going to come and pay their debt. Sometimes they need some time and some patience. And there are people that have had that, and good morning, Denise, and they've worked out their character. If somebody comes to you, I even know a lady I know personally. She wrote a letter to the landlord because it was an apartment building and said, "Listen, the rent had gone up." She said, "Listen, I'm a single woman. I have one child. I can't afford the rental increase. Can you work with me? I can pay what I'm paying now, but I can't pay a dollar more." And the landlord worked with her and said, and left her rent at the rate that it was. She kept the place clean. She was helpful, all the other things. But when you're honest and upfront, they can work with you. And he worked with her. So I'm not saying that sometimes things don't happen and you can't be reasonable and work with people, but you got to know their character. You got to know their character. Don't just leave things unsaid. If you're having an issue, talk to the landlord and work something out. Cuz even for instance, we got to pay for shoveling and all that stuff. That's so much per month. Okay. So that amount can be deducted from your rent, and then you can make sure all the shoveling is done, the salting's done, vacuuming the common areas and keeping those clean and mop. Stuff like that. One person mows a lot. Like there's things that you can do to work with the landlord and say, "Listen, I can't afford anymore, but I'll do all the stuff around the property. Pick up the garbage and all that." Offer that. Work with people. Hubby was using a vacuum sander to sand some repairs, and the lady complained about the electricity he used. He's like, "Well, don't like, I don't, you'll have to dust your entire house." When people say stuff like that, the electricity is so nominal. Like we had to do this in school. A kilowatt hour is how it's calculated. The electrical use is so nominal. It's not even worth pulling out your pencil to calculate it. Trust me, trust and believe. Like exactly a nickel, exactly. Trust and believe, it's so nominal. And if you're gonna nickel and dime stuff like that, people ain't gonna do stuff for you. I have been here 24 years as a tenant. I had surgery years ago and rent was late. My landlord is a dear friend. I'm telling you, just communicate that. Sorry, let me clear my throat. Hold on, let me get some hot water. Oh, thank you for waiting. Hey, regenerative life, Wayne. Yeah, we had crazy weather over here too. Snow. Now for the garden talk. I'm congested. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna take a 2-minute break and put on my diffuser with eucalyptus because this is ridiculous. I do. I hold on. So Denise has not had to deal with landlords. Had to deal with city ordinances over a few things. Nothing major. So yeah, I'm trying to get my backyard in order with the mouse, rodent, vermin, just in case it's an issue because I don't want my neighbors to complain. My little chickens, but it's not their fault. It's the food, and I don't leave food out, guys. Even now, I'm actually removing the food about 5:30. I remove the food. Um, so it's not that, but they can smell the food. It is what it is. Um, Real estate is a good thing. Yeah, there's ups and downs. So just, learn the skills. You can take classes. You can take classes on how to deal with people, legal rights. You could take repair classes, how to fix stuff. There's all kinds of things you can do. But, it is what it is. I thank God that I did it. I put my money in that because sitting in the bank, you ain't getting no growth. So you got to pick and choose, but don't take shortcuts. Get the proper advice. That's all I can recommend. It's going to save you. When people have gone off and done their own thing, those are the ones that had the most problems because I'll just do it my way. Oh, and we told them, we gave them the blueprint and they deviated from the blueprint. And now they're having all these problems because they don't want to do things, put in the work consistently so that it doesn't build up to a problem and then let the tenant now become a bad temper tantrumy adult. And now they have these Karens to deal with, and they can't reel it back in. You got to keep people in check. You got to do consistent inspections, and they have to see you around frequently enough where they know that you're watching. And because people want to do things their own way and they don't know the rules, this is what happens. Even we told them, give tenants their tax receipts. The law, not the law, but the rules are when they ask for a receipt, that you got to give it to them. So you could have a tenant like we did that didn't ask for a receipt for 3-4 years, and all of a sudden they want all their receipts. So we told people, just every year, give them a receipt, whether they ask or not. Have some kind of spreadsheet or some kind of thing that you input. Whenever you get the rent, you input it into this program, and it can generate a receipt for you. Some of these things are free, or you can pay for some kind of whatever it is, and let's give them the receipts. Don't let them have to ask, because when they do ask, now you're scrambling around trying to figure out, when they paid, how much was the pay 4 years ago, and people didn't listen, and then the same thing happened to them, and now they're scrambling around. If somebody tells you something and they're telling you to help you, why aren't you listening to the advice? I just don't understand it. Anyways, we'll talk about gardening. My goodness. Hold on, let me put on my diffuser. Give me a second. I'll keep the mic on because no one's coming up to help me today. Let me put on my obviously this weather change is getting to me. So let me get my distilled water and inhale some eucalyptus or tea tree. So I can clear my sinuses. Okay. Okay, much better. Okay. I think that will help. If I can breathe. Oh, much better. Okay, so we had an HOA that was pretty strict about appearance, but it's been dismantled for a number of years now. Yeah, I don't have an HOA, and my one neighbor is a hot mess. But that's the only reason why I can have animals, because I didn't complain about them, so they're not going to complain about me. The weather, I'm not going to complain. We had a mild winter. I hardly shoveled this winter, to be honest. So today I'm like, whatever. Whatever. So for gardening talk, this Monday, the 25th, is the next update for the Herb Garden Challenge. So make sure you guys have your videos up. Mine is going well. Everything germinated. The catnip I'd put some more seeds in there to make it a little bit more fuller, but they haven't germinated. The gnats are gnatting. I had to put several more sticky traps out, and yeah, I'm looking for another soil because I'm not happy with what I told you what I bought. They advertise it like a hydroponic use soil, but there's organic matter in there, and obviously there's eggs or whatever in there, and the shelf is full of gnats. The WIG is coming to an end soon, I believe April something or other. I have to clean up one of my units because it's not doing well. The roots show some mold spores, so all my endive is kind of dying off. So what I'm gonna do is do the video, put all the clips together in one video, and then clean out that one unit. This other unit with the dandelion greens and the arugula. The arugula is going to seed, so I'll leave that unit. There's 2 pods that I could not get the bok choy to germinate, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with those 2 pods. I will soak them in some peroxide, sanitize them, and try the bok choy in there again. But the 25th is the Herb Garden Challenge update. So this weekend, today, I'm going to be doing that video to get it edited and stuff because that's my weakness. So I have to give myself time to get that done. And your WIG, I don't know if you guys are still into that. If you don't have a lot of germination, just keep dropping some seeds. That's the thing. Is just, drop in the same tray or start a new tray or a new container with that same one and just drop some fresh seeds. Sometimes I don't know what it is. There's some kind of bacteria. Who knows? I put some cinnamon on my stuff to kill these gnats. Is just getting on my nerves. And then you're gardening, you're doing the shelf, and then the things are sticking to your clothes. All the gnats and the sticker is sticking onto your sleeve because you're reaching up. Anyways, so that's what I'm doing. My WIG, the best thing is the Tiny Tim tomato. My first time doing tomatoes indoors. I see little tomatoes on there, so they're doing well. But yeah, the hydroponics is it's not hard, it's not complicated, but you do have to. I see why like G Mama and stuff and other people, they clean out the unit. Like they dump all the water out, they sanitize it, and they put a fresh batch. You can't just keep adding in water. When I got the signal that the water was low, I should have taken off the pods, sponges, and washed the unit and refilled it with a fresh, sanitized, thing and fertilizer. Once it asks you to put more water in there, that's when you should probably be cleaning it out. But the herbs, what did you do for your herbs, Denise? Did you use soil? Did you use grow lights? Did you put a humidity dome? Mine did well with the humidity dome. Now that I have it off and I put some more seeds in some of the stuff, I'm not getting the same success. So I think the humidity dome definitely helped. My kale came up in the humidity dome, but it was so close to the top that now one of them died. My kale is not doing well. The dinosaur kale's okay. The curly kale was fine, but I messed up something on my own. It was too humid in there. But my Casper kale, not one of them germinated. Not one of them germinated. And now they're out of the humidity dome because other things have popped up. So I can't keep the whole thing under the humidity dome. So that's, yeah. My eggplant has finally germinated. And my bell peppers, I have about 3 out of 6 that germinated. All of my hot peppers, well, I only did 2 kinds, cayenne pepper and the Peruvian one. No, I think I have 90% because only one's left to germinate and I see it coming up now. So that's doing well. But hot peppers are sometime-ish. So you guys have to it's sometime-ish. When you have multiple things in a tray and they all kind of have different germination times, I'm finding that that's messing me up. Put things together that are almost similar so that they can be under the dome together and then they kind of come up together and then you take off the dome, they'll be fine. But if you're having different things and different needs, it makes it very difficult. So I don't know when I'm going to transplant these herbs. Hopefully it's in 2 more weeks we can have a more mild weather. I'm going to need to transplant them into something into the garage maybe with I don't know. The fig tree is doing its thing in the garage. It's putting out leaves. I was supposed to go in there and cut off the limbs to propagate it. Haven't gone in there yet. It's been cold this week, freezing cold. So I only go out to feed the chickens and do what I gotta do. And other than that, I'm not sitting outside. Um, but that's, so hopefully you guys are doing well. Those of us in the north are kind of salty right now because we have snow. So I'm kind of salty. I'm sick of the snow and I want to go outside and start growing some food. And this is exactly the time where it gets mild and you start putting things outside and then you get burned. So thank God I didn't fall for that trick this year. What else is yeah, content creation. Um I think most of you have the same problem I'm having is copyright claims. I see a lot of us, myself included, that we're not putting music on the intro. I have music in there. I put up the video says no copyright, and then all of a sudden, 20 minutes later, oh, a copyright, you can't monetize the video. When it's free music that you've been using from sites that you're enrolled in to use the music. So I got tired of, you know, disputing the thing. I just mute the music and now it's just silence. I tried to put in the YouTube music in those sections, but it's like you can't do the intro and the outro at the same time. So that got on my nerves. So I'm like, whatever. So you're gonna hear silence. I don't see the point of going through all that problem to edit a video, put it up. The video is about gardening, nothing offensive, nothing like, on their red flag list. And then I just got irritated. So you might see a lot of videos with intros and there's no music. Maybe I'll hum, but I'm done with I'm done with it. Also, you're gonna propagate your muscadine. Yeah, I never got to it. I'm gonna get to it though because some of the leaves are gonna crisscross. The branches are gonna crisscross, and I had to cut off some of the branches anyways. So my issue why I haven't done it is I have some soil, well, the same soil that I had before. I soaked it in hot water and I put the mosquito bits water in it as well. But I had to do that for a whole bag, get the cups ready so I can hey, broke your back. I can propagate the figs. Now I know you can put figs in sand. And I think I have to go back to the feed store because I found out online that the sand is cheaper there. My sister told me to check it when we were there last Saturday, but somehow I got distracted and ended up with the gardening seeds. I wonder why. And then I did not go look at the sand, but the sand is half the price there than at the orange store. And I need sand for the dust bath for the chickens. But if I can take that sand and use that to propagate the figs, that is probably better for me. I'm not happy with the soil mix that I got because it's not soilless. There's soil in it, and that got gnats in my house again. So we not happy. So we're back with the peat pellets. I was gonna be done with the peat pellets. I was gonna do a whole thing like Broke Farmer and throw them all in the grow bed. But I said no, I'm gonna use them because I'm too cheap. I pay for them. Only to find out now that I'm back with the peat pellets because they don't give me gnats. They don't give me gnats. So I think I'm going to have to go to this mix. Now, G Mama, tell me if I'm wrong, or whoever does indoor growing. There is a mix called Pro Mix, but it's peat moss, vermiculite, and maybe some mycorrhizal. Is that, oh, the peat pellets work for the fig cuttings, you mean? Is that a non-soil mix? Is the mycorrhizal gonna do something? Because I can buy a big, shrink wrapped, whatever you call it, bale of that, and use that for cups to start my seedlings. Because the whole point is I don't want to have to keep up potting. Oh, not for figs. Yeah, I like peat pellets, but I was trying to get rid of the peat pellets because I don't like up potting. So I want to have certain size cups, put the seeds in, they germinate, and I can just go from that directly into the garden. There's no more up potting. So I bought this mix. I did it for the herb garden challenge. Yeah. It's for hydroponic soilless growing medium. Ain't no medium. When I open the bag, it's full of sticks. You know, sticks come from trees and stuff, right? From the ground, right? Pure nuts. Pure nuts. After going through the PTSD from 2022 and not having that pure nuts. So I had to just let it go and say, all right, I have gnats. I have traps. I have this. I have that. And they're keeping them under the control. But I have gnats because I already came too far. The plants are already growing. I got to finish. And once it's time to go outside, that whole bag is going outside too. I don't use Promix or peat moss. I use coconut coir from Fox Farm soil only. I can get that, but Fox Farm is arm and a leg. I wanted to spend the toe. I don't want to spend the arm and the leg. And I know Fox Farm also sells Happy Frog. I can get that here at the hydroponic store, but the Pro Mix is bigger. So I was gonna say, okay, I can buy a bundle, whatever you call a bale of that, and that can last me a long time to cut the cost down. Plus, I can put that in. I could put that in a tote. Hey, Drunken Chef. Hey, Cece. Yeah, yeah, like I could put it in a tote and keep that, and it won't have any infestation of bugs. And I could use that even, for my second wave of crops. I could use that for my fall, next year. I don't want to. But is the Pro Mix is not soil though, right? I have 2 that haven't germinated yet, and Bean Juice has 3. I think I missed something. Bear with me a second. I'll drop the link again if I. Hold on, let me catch up with the chat. Okay, so I'm gonna get sand to propagate the figs, maybe, or I'll just use the soil that I have that already has gnats anyways, because I already don't have a gnat problem. Pour some hot water on it. Sorry, excuse me. Let it cool. And your pomegranate, and it's looking sick. Did you cover your pomegranate with You have a cover on it? If you cover it, maybe burlap or something. It's worth, in my opinion. I've not had any issues. Okay, hey Broke, hold on, I'll bring you up. Hey cousin Broke.
What up, Herb?
How are you?
I'm all right. I heard you talking about propagating trees and stuff. You know I want to talk about it. You already know.
Yeah, you gotta show me. I watched GT's video. I want to confirm because I may have to go in the garage and show you guys. But hold on. The same tree I told you about that was all sideways, horizontal. It was weird looking. That same fig tree is putting out leaves and growing, but I can see a couple of the stems, the branches are already crisscrossing. So I'm gonna have to cut that off now because they're already crisscrossing. That's not gonna work, right? If they're kind of too close together.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna remove one now. It's probably not the best time, but and there's a bud, but I don't know. I'm just gonna cut the whole thing off and just put it in some rooting hormone and put it in the dirt. I don't know which bud to cut underneath and all these rules and slanting and slitting. I don't know. So if I cut the stick off, do I have to scrape off the bottom or just put it in the hormone and dump it in the dirt?
My last fig cut, and I didn't. Ideally, I would say that's the best way to do it. Everybody ain't gonna agree as usual, but yeah, I would just cut out, scrape the bottom a little bit, put some rooting hormone, put it in some soil, and put it out, and let it do what it do. If it make it, it make it. If it don't, move on. I'm over this babysitting stuff, dude. Look, no,
it's too much work. It's too much work. When Crafty was talking about hardening off on Bammets, I'm like, hardening off what? I've been gardening for years. I haven't hardened off nothing in my life.
Yeah,
when I put you outside to grow, I don't got time to bring the babies outside, then inside, then outside and inside. Who got time for that?
I mean, I do it, but yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from, dude. I bring them.
Listen, I don't got time. If I have a greenhouse, fine, but I ain't doing that. Ish. If you ain't gonna make it out there, you were never gonna make it. I'll plant another one.
Now, look. First off, don't do them goddamn babies like that. They gonna call goddamn PCA, CPT, CDA, or whatever it's called. Urban. They gonna get you locked up.
Yeah, you know me. Lock you up. The plants should be happy to be outside, living their best life.
I mean,
they should be happy.
I
have
agree
a fan
with you
in here. I blow a little fan on them to give them, a little practice with the breeze, so they know what to expect when they go outside. But
ideally, if you were gonna do it like that, I would do it like you got 2 or 3 days of cloud is overcast, cloudy, or raining, I put them out like that. So that the sun would beat them more than anything, I think.
Yeah, the
So long.
sun. So you don't put them on the dry, hot. So you put them on
No,
an
no, 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 no.
overcast day. You water them well. You put them in a little shade. But if I'm gonna up pot you, I'm up potting you outside in the pot. I don't have time to be, and not even that. I put you outside and I bring you back in with the bugs. Like that defeats the If you have a greenhouse, then you put them in your little greenhouse and you let them, alkalamize or whatever the word is, acclimatize to the thing. But if you're in a house and you're bringing them in and out, nope, not doing it.
Nah, I got some in the house that I think I'm gonna bring out to the greenhouse because it's supposed to rain for another. Tomorrow is supposed to be sunny. I brought them out yesterday. I'm probably leaving them in the greenhouse for a couple of days, as long as it don't get. It's supposed to be minimum 45 degrees, so I feel like they can make it out here. But if the first day they don't look right, I'm taking them back in. I ain't splitting that. I've been growing them up for 3 months. They ain't finna down. If they down me now, I kill them.
I was saying you need to harden up. I ain't harden up nothing. I'm not.
Yeah.
That's why I plant extra. I plant extra. If I want 4, I'll plant 8 just to accommodate for the ones that don't make it. I don't got time.
Look, I'm ducking and
grow
dodging.
light, don't got time.
Yeah, they're under grow light.
I don't have time for that.
I've been planting, man, nonstop since yesterday. So I come outside, I plant a little bit while it's drizzling, then it started raining hard. I duck in the greenhouse for a minute. Then it looked like it's calming down, so I can go outside now. I wanna go outside and play in the rain.
Why don't you direct sow? You're in a warm enough zone. You can direct sow.
No,
now, can't you?
Yeah, I'm direct sowing, but it was stuff like tomatoes and bell peppers that take a long time to get going.
Yeah.
So those are the only things I started on the inside this time. But for the most part, I've been planting cucumbers, Christmas pole lima beans, and a bunch of stuff. Of course, I can't remember. Oh, I've already planted watermelons outside. So.
Oh, you're ready for the watermelon wars.
Watermelon war.
I see Gina already have her tiara on saying she's taking the crown for 2024. I see David already planted multiple watermelons. I'm like, oh Lord.
All right, they just making interesting videos, man. Look, just interesting video. We all know you got broke farmer would never be a 2-time loser. Never. So it's what it is, man. You know what I mean?
But yeah, dude, that's true. Cece's right. If you winter sow, it's already adjust exactly. I did not winter sow because it's really winter over here. But some things I'm gonna do winter sowing right now. Spinach is good, lettuce. But I'm telling you, I don't harden things off. I think the plants are happy to be put outside. Like, oh my God, we're in our natural environment.
No, Urban. The difference is where you live at, the first day of spring is not 100 degrees like down here in the south.
Oh, no.
That's the main difference. You can get away with it because you don't have extreme heat. But down here in the south, Urban, you put them babies out here, that sun gonna choke them out.
They're gonna burn them up, eh?
Gonna put them in a headlock and make them tap out. You hear me? So it's a little different where you probably can get away because y'all spring probably is 70 degrees. Down there was
cold, yeah.
And then we live at, man, it's already been 80 something degrees.
But that means you should have planted them earlier.
No. We've had 80, but it's went down to the 30s in between those 80s though. So anything you would have planted when it was 80 would have been dead by now.
I would get a greenhouse then if I was in your zone. Like I know you have one. I know Hands in the Dirt has an outdoor green, and he puts his trays outside so that they're already kind of like used to the climate.
I don't put mine outside because I might put a heater in there if it's gonna get down to, I don't know, 20 degrees or something like that. But any other temp, I just leave them outside, man. So my ceiling would die in my greenhouse because you got to be a grown man out here or woman, no offense, to make it out here. So that's how I've been doing, and it's worked for the last 3 years. Irvin, I wish you could come in here and just look at it. It's so beautiful here.
So all your trees.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
PPS, Plant Protective Services.
They're gonna call PPS on you. They're gonna lock you up, Irv. They got a warrant out for you now, I think.
Hey, 10. They ain't calling me for nothing. They're gonna call me for that damn rat problem that seemed to be starting up in the backyard. The rat moved into he has a spot.
Really?
The hole that I saw, he has a hole. He built a tunnel to the chicken run,
Yeah.
and then there's a hole in my bed. I'm like, okay, I thought it was like the dirt fell out. No, that's his tunnel to his house. So I'm gonna get a pellet gun this weekend, and we gonna go hunting.
No. Just get a very large rat trap and some peanut butter. They cannot pass by peanut butter without eating it. Cannot.
Well, I have a trap, electrical trap, so I'm gonna put that in the run tonight. I'll put peanut butter in there. Yep. And I heard to put baking soda with the peanut butter because it'll make them sick.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't care if they sick.
It'll give them gas, and they can't pass the gas, and then they'll die a painful death. But
man, what you got rats pooting around out? Look, Irving, get a big trap. Why you got these rats pooting everywhere? You trying to poot them to death?
Man. No. They'll explode. They'll like the gas will build up in them, and they'll be like.
Oh. She say she ain't bringing bull back in. Look at man, I ain't finna look. I've been growing these things since goddamn February. I ain't finna kill mine, Irving. I ain't finna do it.
No
money.
I don't have that investment. Mine are just cabbages and leafy greens. It's nothing big. It's not.
No, and that's the other thing. Right now, some of y'all climbing, y'all still, plant leafy green. All our leafy green gone. They've all gone to the upper room. Upper room. You know what I mean? It's right. Cold, so is the truth. Jamaica. Hey, how you doing? Urban, where you at? Come back from the light. Urban, did the rat get you? Urban. I told you use that trap, Urban. He don't chew through the internet. Why? Go on, put that trap out there. Put that goddamn that good jiffy.
I think they heard my plan. But like the heck
what? Hey, I don't know why.
They got to go. They got to go because I don't want no problems with my neighbors. We on the good terms, and I want to keep it that way. So that rat's got to go.
Urban, my avocado got flowers on it. Urban, I'm gonna get avocado. I'm gonna be an avocado daddy. Urban, look. Oh, you can't see.
That's good. Hold on, I'm looking.
You can't. What?
I only see you though. Okay. Ooh.
I'm gonna be an avocado daddy. I'm gonna be an avocado daddy.
How's your greenhouse doing? I know you had the video with like you had the heater and you have a solar thing and you have it on a timer. How is that going?
Urban, you ain't got to twist my arm. Let me flip the camera around. You do not got to twist my arm. But look at her.
No, seriously, I want to know. Like, is it working? Let me get some lotion. My hands are dry. 1 second. My hands are dry. They're so.
You're a gardener. You're supposed to be ashy. You're a gardener.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Let me see. There you go. Urban, you don't want to look. Herb, I thought we were gonna look together, Herb. I'm so disappointed in you. What are you doing, Herb? Leave them old ashy hands out here, Urban. You're a gardener. Let them be ashy. Urban, you missing it, Urban. Urban, you missing it. I'm just saying.
I have to go.
Well, I sound like
I had to get the good lotion. Okay, I'm back.
No, I get mine Dollar Tree, baby. Dermasil, $1.25.
No, that don't work, man. That don't work. Oh God, what's that?
A Harvard lemon. Y'all stop buying the mild lemons. The mild lemons are drama queen. They got the Harvard lemon. They got 1,000 bullets on them. You know what I'm saying?
Let me make you big so they can see all this. And that's me big. Where's the other one?
I'm big.
Hold on.
I'm
make you big.
I'm on the big screen, Mama.
Hold on. I'm trying to make you. Oh, there, solo. There you go. Let's see the plants.
Oh, that's an avocado flower.
That's good. That means your greenhouse is greenhousing. It's keeping the good temperature.
Oh, it'd be greenhousing.
Okay.
Finger line. You got to try that. It's the caviar of citrus.
Caviar.
Citrus caviar, finger limes. And then I got my baby down here, my variegated pink lemon. It tastes like boo boo lemon, but it's beautiful. It's the worst tasting lemon ever, but it's beautiful. And this is this mild lemon, man. This joke is a joke. It is huge, but it got like 10 blooms on it. Now, right next to it is a plant half its size. I don't get it, Irvin. I don't get it. My figs figging. They figging. They be figging.
Yeah, the figgin.
They be figging. Hold on, I got to jump across stuff. I got so much stuff in here. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All these. And these are mandarins. Mandarin orange, Kishu mandarins.
So the being next to the wall is not hurting them. Like there's no draft on the ones near the wall.
Oh no, I got rid of my Section 8 greenhouse. This one good.
Oh, that one good.
And this sorry sucker plant here, this calamundi, it fruit all day and it tastes hard.
Mine dead. Mine calamundi died.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Couple grapefruits got it going on. I don't know how many grapefruits I get this year. Morrow blood orange. I should get a lot of oranges this year. Some more grapefruits. This is my baby here. This is my pineapple orange. That's all I can show you, Irv. I can't show you in there.
So what happened to the one that you just got? You got some new fig that cost you money. You were complaining about the money.
Oh, she in the house. I mean, you think I'm gonna let out here with these goddamn hoodlums? These are hoodlum trees. I'm not gonna let my baby hang around these hoodlums. No man. No man. Tree costs $100. Most of these trees I got off the discount rate. They don't mingle like that. You know what I mean?
She in the house. Okay.
They get jealous and they try to kill us something crazy. You know what I mean?
So you're gonna propagate that one first before you even bring her outside. Get another tree off of her first before you.
No. I'm just gonna root her. She ain't ready to have babies yet. She ain't fast like that. She high class. The other trees fast. I can just propagate them all willy nilly. They don't care. They don't care none at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do mine today probably because it's even though it's snowing, it's mild in temperature. It's bright and sunny, so I'll do it today. I'll cut off those limbs. And then,
but this the time to do it though. When them juices running through there.
That's exactly why. That's when I got it because the tree woke up. Like the tree is like pushing out leaves and like it knows. Like I'm like it's spring, but it's not really spring. They're like, well, we turning on the and I left the light on in the garage for 4 months. The light's been on pretty much around the clock. The LED, I have an LED light in there, so it's getting some light. And the herbs, the ones that I overwintered, so it should be okay. We'll see. When I bring them out, we'll see.
Real talk. This is probably gonna be my greatest fruit year ever. Ever. Every tree I've had in the ground, huh?
That's because of the greenhouse. Because now you're
no. I'm talking about the ones in the ground.
Oh, in the ground, okay.
Hey, the frosting get me this year, baby. It's gonna be on and popping. Pop, 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 pop. You know what I mean?
I saw growing up the box had like blankets or something on his trees. He gave them each a little tent and he had some kind of something over top of them to protect them from the frost. He said, I ain't playing with my trees.
No, that's the proper way to do it. I ain't finna do it. I'm gonna get what the good law give me, and I ain't gonna worry about the rest, baby. You hear me?
I don't harden off. I'm like, if you don't grow up right now, welcome to the real world.
What God got for me can't nobody take away from me. So God meant for me to eat that fruit. That fruit gonna be there to be eaten. You hear me?
Yeah.
But that's the proper way to do it. If you're gonna get a low temp, and then his growing zone is a little colder than mine. He's a little further up north than me.
Yeah.
So
I think it's worth it though. If you put the investment to a tree, I'm covering it with a blanket. I'm gonna give it a coat because you know how much those trees cost, and they're hard. Some of them are hard to get. I haven't found some of those trees here. When you find them, I'm not gonna let them die.
No. The ones that I got in the ground, they're not gonna die. I was just gonna lose the blooms on it. It don't get cold enough here. But man, most of them trees out in the ground probably good to -10.
Negative.
And
So they
the
say.
lowest
So
we
they
got this
say.
year was 20. So
You got
that's
a
what it
peach
is.
tree, right?
I got a couple peach trees.
Okay. Mine died, so I took it back to Costco. They took it back, but I gotta find a peach tree. But they sent me an
Look,
actual catalog now. These people, I bought one tree from them. And let me see another mail. Them sent me a big old catalog, Whiffle Cliff 2024 catalog. And they got a couple of nice peaches in here. It's called Whiffle Cliff. We don't. That's our nursery here because we can't. The what you call it? The one you guys have that comes here. It's too much. They charge for so much shipping.
yeah.
What's it called? Ison's one of the nurseries that you guys have. They ship to
No,
Canada, but it's too expensive.
I know like 10 nurseries online. Matter of fact, I know a nursery you get 10% off if you use my promo code.
Yeah, we heard that. When you go into the camera and you whisper, you go right to the camera. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. And I'm like, what you telling everybody? You
Oh
telling
my God.
everybody? I have a
Urban, you know
video.
I need
I
these
have a
2%.
video on that. I did a video on that last week, Calvin. Calvin, I have a video on that.
You
Don't
gotta
tell
let the
nobody.
people know, Urban. They don't be knowing. I mean, but no, I mean, really research that peach because a lot of people get caught off guard and they first thing they think if they sell it in my local nursery or my local big box, then it must be harder than my zone, which is always true. Matter of fact,
Nope.
they were selling dragon fruit at my Home Depot the other day. I'm like, bro, that's gonna die. It's not gonna make it. So
Okay,
research
here's
your
a peach.
local extension office.
I have 4 peaches. 5. Contender, Flaming Fury, never heard that. Frost, Harrow Diamond, and Intrepid. These are for my zone. I've never heard of any of these peaches in my life.
No, the contender, man. A lot of people got a contender. They say the contender is really good.
Is it? Okay. Um, it's a
I don't have,
dependable
but
producer and it's cold hardy. Okay. And then there's
so what?
white flesh peaches and they
Ooh,
have the Reliance peach
I don't know nothing
and
about the other one.
and a Galaxy bagel peach. Excuse me. And then they have
Woo!
is that
The
one good?
donut Saturn. The donut Saturn.
They have a Saturn donut, but there's 2. There's a bagel peach and a Saturn donut peach.
The Saturn donut, according to my research, is supposed to be the best tasting peaches in the world.
Oh, so I
Somebody,
can buy that.
somebody gonna Google it, Urban. Somebody finna Google it right now and say
Well, it's
no.
in it's in my catalog. It's in my oh, you can't see the catalog. I have the catalog here. It's in my catalog. I want to mark that page with my pen.
If you're gonna get 2, I get that contender and that Saturn.
Does it need a pollinator? Nope,
Oh,
self fertile. Self fertile. Okay.
but
So I'm gonna
Urban,
put a
no ma'am, Urban.
oh,
They need a friend. They need a friend, Urban. You can't have just one peach tree, baby. You can't do it, Urban. They're gonna be lonely. They're gonna die. I'm telling you, they're gonna die.
they're
They ain't
gonna
got nobody
die.
to talk to. Don't
Oh no, you
nothing
said
else in your
you
yard.
said the donut peach. Oops, I marked the wrong one. You said the donut.
Don't nothing else in your yard speak peach. They don't know the language. They gonna commit suicide.
Well, if it's a better price, I could buy 2. Then they have nectarines. And then they
I
have
got
I don't like cherries. I like cherries, but I don't want to grow cherries. It's too much they always have worms in them. So I'm
what?
not gonna eat no cherries. There's always so much worms over here. And it's like you're eating a cherry, but you're eating like 10 worms. So it's like I don't want that kind of protein. No,
Well,
thank you.
well, that's good protein. It is good protein.
And then of course the figs. They have pawpaws, but the pawpaws are $100. So I'm
Man,
gonna have
don't
to
fool with them pawpaw, man. You gotta be a horticulturist to grow some goddamn pawpaw. Pawpaws die on everybody.
Are you hey Bayou? Do they? Because I thought they were easy to grow. I thought they were
No,
like to our zone or to my zone.
I've killed 3. I think Led's killed a couple of them. Man, look, I ain't fooling with
But I
no
think you're too
pawpaw.
warm. Your climate's too warm. I think it's a cold climate. Hey
They
Jova.
native. They native here. They grow in the wild.
Well, maybe they don't like your backyard.
I probably don't. I didn't want to say that. They probably just don't like my backyard.
They probably don't like your backyard.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
I think they
Real
like.
talk.
I think they like more like shadiness. I don't know. Like I have pears. Hold on. I have to buy a pear because my dad's pear tree died, and we don't even know what kind of pear tree it was. So it's kind of hard to buy a tree. We don't know what was lost. but it seems like it was kind of like a not it wasn't a Bartlett, but it was like a oh my god, what was it like? I'm looking at the picture, maybe of a Kovaya, It looked like that.
Kobaya.
But I don't know, something. Asian pears, those look good.
I
Those are
got
good for juicing.
I got a couple of them, but I just got that Orient because of all the online reviews and everybody how much they like them. So I caught one on sale for like $20 something. I had to get it. I had to get
Orient, I don't have that here. It just says Kosui
it. Ooh,
Nataka
okay.
Yoinashi. All these
Okay.
Japanese names. Shinsu, Shinseko, and
Shouldn't
Olympic.
take it.
Oh, Shinseko? That's the Orient one?
I think so. I heard those were good.
You guys have different names for them. And then there's a quince, which is like a mixer of a pear and a something.
And look here, man. I see those little trees locally all the time, man. And I've never seen nobody with a quince tree. No, I take that back. Oh man. I think Odom got them now.
Odom
Quince
has a
tree.
quince?
I think he does. But they are
And I see
cheap here, man. It's like they
plum cot.
accidentally get them. Huh?
Plum cot? What the hell's a plum? A plum cot and a pluot. What the
I
hell is
don't have
that? Is that
neither
not
one
a
of
plum?
those. It's a mix of plums and nectarines or something. I don't know. David
Okay.
got some.
This book has got a lot of stuff in it. My goodness.
Urban,
I'm gonna have
spend the
to
money.
read.
Urban, spend the money. Stop being cheap. We
No,
know you
I'm
got
being
money,
cheap.
Urban.
No, I'm being cheap. I want to
Urban,
move.
everybody know you got money, Urban. Stop trying to hide it.
No,
Go
I
ahead and
don't
get the
have
food.
money. I'm looking for a sugar daddy. I'm trying to find a sugar daddy. I'm gonna be like Shawnee. Shawnee is looking for a sugar daddy yesterday on Jeg's channel.
Look, all the sugar daddy's gone, man. You got to think. It's summertime. All the sugar daddy. You got to catch a sugar daddy in the winter. In the winter
We've
when
already been
people ain't
accounted
getting
for, right?
around. Yeah.
I gotta find a sugar daddy.
Everybody, all these women got sundresses on now. They don't took all the sugar daddies. You got to wait till the winter time.
Hey G Quat, hey, so good. Yeah, the sugar daddy. I need a sugar daddy so I can buy all these trees
I just got
and
some
get a
sugar daddy
get a
peas.
greenhouse.
I planted some sugar daddy peas. That's
Say with me, I got sugar daddy P. That's about it.
that's about it. Oh, it feel good out here, Irv. Look at here, Irv. It's beautiful out here, Irv.
See,
Come on to
all
the
you
south,
need
Irv.
now is your chicken coop. I'm
Man, me
rooting
and my
for you.
wife were
Don't
arguing
worry.
about that yesterday.
I'm rooting for you.
Me and my wife arguing about that yesterday
What's their argument? You have a 1 acre lot. There's no argument.
because she won't, and I won't what I want, and sometimes they intersect. That's the
But
best
what
way I
does
can
she
put it.
care if you have chickens? You taking care of them. I don't understand what the problem is. Am
I
I
don't
missing
need the man.
something?
I don't
Do
know.
you owe her money? Did you miss something? Like, I don't understand what the problem is.
Man, sugar mama, man, of course I owe sugar mama money. She got the money in relationship. Yeah.
I don't get it. Because I'm like, if you taking care of the chickens, you're on a 1 acre that could be far from the house. I don't see what
I
I
don't
don't see
know.
what the problem is.
I don't either, but you know how. I'm gonna say, you know how these women live, but you a woman, so my bad. My bad.
Yeah, but I'm not a typical woman. I'm kind of half and half.
Okay. Urban Paul. Hella
No,
Paul,
I'm
Urban.
half and half. I hang around too much men, so it's kind of like, I'm not really down for all the.
I don't know.
Bullshit.
I think she knows it's gonna come to a point where I'm out of town or something, and she gonna have to come feed these chickens. That's what I think she's thinking.
Yeah, but if you have them on the big bucket feeder, that will last them for a week.
Well,
Are you gone for more than a week?
what if I go to jail or something?
What are you going to go to jail for? She gonna bail you out anyways.
Sugar mama do got money to bail me out. I would get.
She gonna
I'll
bail
give
you
you that.
out.
Yeah, I don't know, but Irvin, understand when people got all the money, sometimes you gotta listen to them people. When sugar mama say we ain't gonna do this, sometimes I be like, okay, sugar mama, I'm with you.
Sugar mama. See, that's what happens. You got a sugar mama.
Sugar mama. Well, look, I'm broke. That's the only way that
So
I can
please, you ain't broke. You ain't broke.
super broke. So that's the only
You
way I
so
can survive.
lie. You lie. They have kiwis in here too.
Man, hey, look, I got one of them $7 kiwi from Tractor Supply. That joker growing too.
Do
Hey,
you have
my
a
wife
persimmon? Do you have persimmons, broke? I think you do, right?
yeah.
You have persimmons? Which one do you have?
I got the Fuyu. I got the Fuyu and hold on, I'm out here right by it.
I don't have. Okay, this is not even in the
Oh,
book.
the Fuyu and the Gyro Fuyu and the Tanahashi.
Okay, that's not in this book at all. I have. It says
Fuyu
pro.
supposed to be the best.
It says
Don't get it
Yates.
stringent. Oh,
It has Yates, Prairie
my
Series, and
persimmon putting on
Nikita.
leaves.
Is that the
What?
fisherman?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he budded.
This my
He
Japanese.
budded.
Oh, play with me. I didn't
You're
know.
gonna get fruit this year.
No, not from that one. I'm
No.
pretty sure those leaf buds.
And
No,
hi
this
to all in the
white.
chat. I have not been watching the screen, so if I missed you, I'm sorry.
No,
Denise
I
has a
just put
quarter
this one in the
acre in
ground.
the middle of the city and got 6 chickens. I have 6 chickens in the city. I don't even have. I don't know what I have. An eighth. I don't have much compared to.
But this big one, this big Fuyu I ain't put on no leaves yet. Ah.
Yeah, I need a sugar sugar daddy.
And then my Tanahashi, I got that joker from Ison's like 3 years ago. It was a whip. I mean, it was a whip. Oh, and this my method plum. I had pruned it and I just stuck it in the ground and it's starting to leaf out. So I bought one method plum. Now I got 2 method plum. Go, bro. You the best, bro. You the best, bro.
Calvin said, "Get the spring stained plum cot and quit playing."
Oh man, I looked at that one, dude. First off, that thing is expensive and it needs a pollinator. I looked at that before I got the method. And this is my Tanahashi. Now it's just taller than me. It was
Wow.
12
What are you,
when I
6
bought
foot? Are you 6 foot?
5'11" and a quarter.
Okay, so you're almost 6 foot.
Yeah. So and then and it still ain't gonna put no fruit on. Bro, I spent a whole $18 for you 3 years ago and you ain't did nothing. So disappointed. No, then hit a tag. I got it from Stark Brother. Stark Brother tag still good. You know how some of them tags where
Yeah, mine is still going good. I like the ones that last. I hate when they fade off. I'm looking for those markers you told Gia to buy. Those paint markers. I can't find them nowhere. What brand do you buy of your markers?
I don't have a certain brand. It's just whatever Amazon got. They're like
Amazon, so
$6.
not the big box store. You bought Amazon.
Look at them pears, Irvin. Oh, we gonna be eating pears out here, Irvin. Oh,
huh? Ooh.
Oh,
10 saying I ran out of soil today and I have to get more. Does anyone make their own soil blend? For what? Potting mix or seed starting mix? What you talking about, 10? 2 different mixes.
Yeah.
I think she's planting outdoor, so I guess it's potting mix. I mix all kind of stuff together. Whatever's on sale, I mix cow manure, sheep manure, topsoil, gardening mix, container. Yeah. I think most of us mix whatever. We mix we don't have a mix, but we mix. And I mix some potting mix with the mix, whatever's on sale. I think Costco for me has the best price on the potting mix. You can get the Miracle Grow or whatever. But I don't really use that anymore because I have so much organic matter. But yeah, you can mix. You can mix whatever you want.
You got chicken, man. All you need is the soil and mix it.
And I got leaves now, and so I don't use that as much as before. But I mix, you mix a bit of peat moss in there as well to kind of absorb. You add a little bit of vermiculite to make it drainage, whatever you want. Even if it's wrong, you still mix it. It's not gonna hurt the plants.
No.
And then the grow bags, if it's grow bags you have, they dry out so quickly. So I put things under mine to catch the water. It's just too
and mix vermiculite in that soil that you put in a grow bag because the vermiculite vermiculite posts a whole water, so that should help.
And add airflow or something. Yeah, Costco has. Oh, does it have Pro Mix? I was talking about Pro Mix earlier. When it goes on sale, I'll buy it. Do you buy? So the Pro Mix is just the peat moss, right? Brampton, just the peat moss. I mixed peat moss in my containers last year too, or the year before, 2022. I mixed a bit in there. I mixed some of the Miracle Grow outdoor potting mix with the standard soil that was already in there. I always add sheep or cow manure. That was then, but now I have chicken manure, so I'm gonna use that this year. I have my friend's rabbit manure. So yeah, mix whatever.
Urban, come on to the
Whatever.
south so you can grow a loquat in the backyard. Come on to the south, Urban. Beautiful down here. Hey, Urban, taste that L. L nice down here, Urban. Come on down here,
I
Urban.
just might, but I don't like them June bug and you have them bug fest. What do you call them? You have them circadas and all them bug there.
Oh, we got all the bugs. The
I
south
don't
is the
like
home
that.
of the bugs, man.
And the
Mosquitoes
snakes
big
and
as
the
your hand.
lizards and the this and the flying roaches and the my God.
You name it, we got it down here now.
I
I ain't
don't
gonna lie
like
to
that
you.
part. I don't like that part. And the fire ants and jeez.
We got all that. We got moles, voles, caterpillar, bad
It's a home mix.
butterflies,
We
moths.
have
We
organic
got them
bush one.
all. But it's part of the life. You get used
Yeah, I'm
to
gonna
it.
look that up.
You get some of
I
that.
guess you get used to it, but it's like, man, like I don't want
But
to have a bug hit me in my forehead, knock me out cold, and it's still flying, and I'm
yeah,
on the ground in a coma.
it'll happen. It'll happen.
The bug is
But
going,
you got to go to the Avon later and get some skin so soft. That's all you got to get.
oh, even you know that exactly. That's my
Skin
secret.
so
The
soft.
skin so soft.
That's
Salon
all
Diva
you
V.
need.
She sells her Avon. No, she sells Mary Kay. I need an Avon lady. Who does Avon?
Is Mary Kay and Avon the same? I be
No, it's
confused.
different. It's different. She does Mary Kay.
Look, dude, I'm just walking the yard, man. My wife be like, "What you be doing out there so long?" I just be looking.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm looking at the land. I'm making a plan.
My pomegranate tree got her leaves back. She didn't die. Okay, okay. Good to see you.
Perlite, gypsum, lime, pitch.
I want
That
to cut
one,
grass.
Brampton. That one. I'm looking for one. I was asking about that earlier. The mycorrhizal one.
Oh,
If I can do
mycorrhizal
that
fungi.
in the mycorrhizal pro mix. If
Oh,
that can be used indoors and it won't give me gnats, because right now, peat humus, sphagnum peat moss,
what you worry about gnats?
compost.
I know how to take care of
Man,
gnats. I know how to do it. Look, this is what I do.
you move your hand. You move your hand over. That's gonna get rid of the gnats.
I knock them out the way, and I keep doing what I'm doing. Hey, look, when I be growing in my man cave,
Hey, lashes.
it's gnats
I
in there.
can't stand the gnats. And then as soon as you go in there, they're flying up your nostril. Is that they like to go up your nostril? Like,
Yeah,
what
they
is
do.
it?
They do.
Yeah.
I think they eat the boogers out, and that's what they be trying to get the
Nope.
boogers
It
out.
had gnats. It had gnats, Brampton. The Miracle Grow Indoor let me down. I bought it from Costco. The half a bag is still there from 2022. I'm gonna have to light that on fire. That gave me gnats. I'm telling you,
Oh,
nothing has worked for me. Their
hey,
eggs will be hiding. I
Irvin,
have
you
the
come on
indoor
down here.
mix. I paid about $12 at that time because about $10, $12, maybe $9. Maybe I'm lying. For the huge bag because it wasn't that expensive. But the Pro Mix, I want to try it. I don't know. I think it's just going to be a nat kind of year, I guess.
Hey, my plums are already start plumbing. They
That's
plumbing,
good.
Irvin. They plumbing.
So what do you do with all that food? Like, are you
I mean,
canning? Are you dehydrating? What are you doing with it?
none of the above. Not damn bit. I eat it.
You don't eat all of it though. There's no way you can eat all
No,
that fruit.
no. This is my premier year, I think. But like my Red Haven peach, it had a bunch of bloom last year, and the cold knocked them all away. I got 6 peaches off that tree last year. My Red Globe peach, I got 0 peaches off it. I got 1 plum off this plum tree, and my blueberries I ate 2. Yeah.
I didn't have
Ooh,
any. Oh well, if it's been sitting and not brand new, I don't know. Oh, you add hot water. Okay, maybe I need to add hot water.
to what?
Maybe to the indoor soil mix that still gave me gnats.
You okay? I ain't gonna say that.
I don't want no bugs in my house, broke. I'm
I ain't
sorry.
gonna
It's
say that.
just
I ain't saying
gross.
that. I ain't saying that.
No,
Rip.
man. Don't
I
want
ain't
no
saying
bugs
that.
in my
Rip.
house.
I ain't gonna be the bad guy today. I can tell you that. I ain't gonna be the bad guy today.
Oh, not today, right? But you'll do it another time. You'll defer
Another
until
time
next
I'll
week.
be the bad guy.
Next Monday night when you're talking about your hairline and your edges when you need to grow some hair.
Yeah.
I watched the
Probably
replay.
then.
I was laughing my head off. You and Calvin talking about your edges and growing in, the herbs for the hair growth. I'm like,
See that?
I
And
think
this is what
you passed that point, honey. I think the herbs can't help with that no more.
but this is what I'm talking about. They got herbs that can help with cancer. But I ain't no herb that can get my hairline back. Come on, man. That's some bull.
Once the follicles dead, they dead.
That's some bull, Urban. Do you know how handsome I'd be if I had a hairline, Urban? Oh my god.
But
Oh
I
my
see the
God.
men be spraying something in now. They be like airbrushing and two-toning.
Urban, I'm
And
a
they
grown
have
man.
this man unit that they put on the man unit and they fade it into the hairline. It looks really real. I was like,
No, ma'am.
man,
I'm a grown man,
men be
Urban.
doing the most now.
I am not finna goddamn paint on my edges. I ain't finna do it. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm just gonna be bald. It take me 2 minutes to cut my hair right now. I'm just gonna stick with that. Can you still hear me? I'm all the way in the back.
I
know
hear
I'm
you.
in
No,
this
I hear
place.
you good. I can hear you. No problem. I saw Nats living their best life I got the tropical plants. Yeah, the gnats are everywhere.
Why y'all so worried about the gnats?
It's not appealing when you have to be in your living room watching TV and they're flying in your eye, flying in your nose. You're offering people a cookie and a cup of tea, and they're like, "What's all these flies in your house?" It's just ugh.
I know how to
It's
fix that, Urban.
off-putting.
I know how to fix that. Stop inviting folks over your house. I don't invite nobody to
Okay,
my house.
yeah. So no guests
Come on.
because I want to have the gnats. Me and the gnats are
Yeah.
gonna live together and live our best life.
Ebony, ivory. That's how it's gonna be. Living in perfect harmony.
People should not be selling indoor soil and lying to us, charging us double the price, and I come home and there's still gnats in the bag.
Urban,
That should be right. They should
let's
tell
keep
me the truth. Say put
let's
hot
keep it real
water
for
on
me.
this and burn it out and solarize it before you use it in your house. Tell me the truth.
But Urban,
Don't charge
first
me
off,
double the price.
who believes in indoor soil? That don't even go together. Because soil go outside. What is
It's
such
not
thing as
soil. That's the point. I paid for coconut coir and peat moss and some vermiculite. I didn't pay for the other crap you snuck in there that came from nature, and now I have gnats. I didn't pay for that.
Urban?
What's that?
Smell the garlic. Smell the garlic, Urban. This garlic is over probably 3 foot high. Smell the garlic, Urban. You getting worked up, Urban. Smell it. You smell it? Smell
Yeah,
good, though. Smell
I
good, though.
smell
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I think it starts with B and ends with S, but I'm smelling it.
Yeah. Don't worry about it,
Can you
Urban.
guys smell it too?
Yeah, don't worry
The
about
B
it.
and the S?
You worry about them gnats. I don't care about them gnats, Urban. Oh, life is good, man. Oh, I'm enjoying it. I bet my wife thinking right now, what is he doing out there? You been out about 2 hours. Oh, hey, look, I gotta
She
go.
should enjoy that. She's
Huh?
like, oh, he's out the house. Great. He's not going to bother me. I don't have to
Look
hear
here,
about them seedlings and all them babies and all them trees.
look here, Urban. Look, I might not be much to y'all, but she think I'm a handsome man, Urban. She want to be around dad all the time. Look, hey, look, Urban, she nearsighted, so to her, I'm perfect.
Oh, she's like, oh, there you are. There you are.
Yeah. Hey, she take her glass off, she be like, good lord, that guy's fine. You know what I mean?
But that's the way it's supposed to be, right? That's the way
Exactly.
it's supposed to be. Make sure you grow some peppermint, lemongrass, and catnip. They keep pests away. If you need seeds, just let me know. Okay.
Okay,
You're
okay.
talking to 10.
I
But
got a
that's
question about that.
Mhm.
What about the animals that eat peppermint, lemongrass, and catnip? Cause
They
cats
don't.
eat catnip.
I don't know
I thought.
any animals except for cats that eat catnip that like catnip. I
Okay.
don't think
So you mean
any
to tell
other
me
animal.
rabbit won't eat mint?
They didn't eat my mint. They
Really?
didn't eat it.
I didn't know.
They like clover. They like clover. I think they ate the nasturtiums. They could reach that, but I don't think they like the herbs, the rabbits either. I have wild rabbits and I haven't seen them eat nothing besides
Oh,
the leafy greens and stuff and the clover.
Cause I was thinking, man, there's got to be something to eat that stuff.
Not
But
really.
just like 10% of the time, I was wrong that time.
I don't know of any animal. I like when insects, yeah, like I know they like to pollinate and they like to, because when those flower, I see a lot of like the little pollinators, not bees, like the smaller ones on
Yeah.
those herbs. But in terms of an animal, like standing there and chewing it, my chickens like to eat. Like I had the herb garden around their coop and they can reach it through the fence a bit. They were eating the mint. They love the mints, the two kinds. They like the coriander, they like the parsley, but anything else, not really. Maybe like a goat or something or deer, but I don't. The roots of your seed, exactly. They eat the roots of your seedlings. That's why I don't want them in. And if there's nowhere else for them to go, they're going to be breeding up in my plants.
You see that herb?
Is that
I'm gonna have,
blueberries?
I'm gonna have blueberry bonanza, baby. Bonanza.
So the indoor mix. So that's the Costco mix. Okay. I have a half a bag left, Brampton. Maybe I'm going to put some hot water on that. Maybe that's why. Fungus gnats larvae live in moist soil. Well, you gotta water, so that's why maybe it's too moist. And I watered from the bottom, but then it was too dry. I don't know. I have a problem. I'm gonna have
Ah,
to
you know
use
what?
some more cinnamon.
Uh, most of my plants on the inside, I water from the top.
I have to because I find the bottom watering it was too dry. They weren't
Yeah,
getting no.
yeah. I don't. You know me, Urban. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I understand the concept of bottom water. I do. But if you don't have it in a perfect tray where everything will get enough water to soak
And
up at
that's
the same time,
exactly it. Doesn't get evenly watered, and you
yeah,
think you're watering, and it's not enough water. So I have to sometimes water some of them from the top, which I had to do. So I put some cinnamon on top after to kill the gnats. But I'm watering with mosquito pellet water, so it should be okay. But and hydrogen peroxide. But I think we can't just bring everything in the house and think it's going to be bug free. Like once there's some kind of organic matter, that's the end of it.
yeah.
Um, and the soil that they said was not really soil has some kind of organic compost in it, and that's why I got messed up. It wasn't just peat moss and coconut coir. It's always easy to say you don't care about that when you don't have them. Yeah.
No, I got fungus gnats on the inside.
He
Um,
just don't care. He goes like this. He goes, you know.
hmm. I don't. But
I
mine
bet
is.
you his whole room is full of yellow sticky traps. I think he has every
Oh yeah.
square
Oh yeah.
centimeter sticky traps everywhere.
Everywhere. But I mean, mine is in my man cave, so I mean, I'm usually the only one down there, so I'm the only one got a.
It don't bother them. Yeah.
And I don't invite people over my house, so.
I don't invite people either, but I have a few small, like just a small amount, because I'm not very sociable. It's like, get out my damn house.
No,
Leave.
I'm very sociable, but I would prefer to be sociable at your house because
Not
I don't
my.
have to clean up after nobody. You know what I mean?
I am going to try the herbs in the chicken run and see if that helps with the deterring of the vermin. Anyone likes
I
to eat rabbit would be super happy here. Oh, you got a lot of rabbits, 10.
I like rabbits,
Hold on a
but
second
look,
there. I see a question. Hold on, let me get down to it. Water from the bottom, hold on, is the best thing since the roots are there. The plants and the top 2 inches stay dry. Da, 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 da. Mine is not working because my trays aren't level because I had to prop them up to the light. So that's why my bottom watering is not working for me now.
so what about when the
Um,
seeds you're trying to get the seeds to germinate? I ain't no roots at the bottom, so bottom watering don't work in that instant.
No, you have to have it. You have to have it a bit moist. Otherwise, morning, Jegs. Virginia has a question. He's saying, what's your opinion on stinging nettle? I read/heard it is the best veggie for you. Have you heard of the same thing? I have not researched it that much personally. I've been hearing about it, and I've seen people talking about it. Where's my herb book? But I haven't. I'm not
Now,
against it, but I don't have.
now,
I
Urban,
mean,
before you get your book, I'm gonna help you out.
yeah.
I've heard stinging nettle, never did no research, never grew up, but I can tell you it's anti-inflammatory, good for stomach aches, and has cancer fighting properties like the other 2,000 herbs.
Exactly. As we already said, we agreed everything's overlaps. So more than one herb can do more than one thing. So, and stinging nettle actually stings. So it's kind of telling you don't touch me, but we don't listen. Let me
All right,
find stinging.
I got to get back to playing. I got
No problem.
a little drop in the rain. Look, if you still back on, I get back in the comments. But look, I
No
appreciate
problem.
hanging out with you, Irvin. You are a breath of fresh air on an early Saturday morning. Do you hear me?
Thank you, brother. Thank you, cousin.
Hey, be uh profitable and grow abundantly. Okay.
You too.
All
Live
right.
long and prosper, right? Live long and
Hey.
prosper. I can't even do it. My finger won't go together. Live long and prosper. Let me find it, Virginia, if it's in this book. This book is not always in alphabetical order, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one herb for more than one thing. But if stinging nettles in your area, that's probably why you're looking at it, because maybe it's abundant in your area. I'm not finding it in this book. Hold on. Does it go by another name by any chance? This book is not really in alphabetical order. Hold on. I don't see it. Hold on. Hey, Jegs, if I didn't say hi to you earlier, I think I did, but just in case I forgot. I'd like to have stinging nettle. Hold on a second here. I think I missed some feedback from the stinging nettle. And G Mama probably knows. If you know, you can type it in the chat because I know you know your herbs. Seeds only need water from the top until they germinate. Once they germinate, watering from the bottom will dampen. Yeah, I think one of mine dampened off because it was in under the cover too long and it got too humid and moist in there. So hubby just came in and said he doesn't like my plant table setup and he will be getting me shelves instead. Yep, you need shelves. Table take up too much room. I have a shelf over there, a 5 level from the big box store. Those black heavy duty ones. And then I hung lights on the top. But I want lights that can kind of go up and down and adjust, because right now, like, you have to have the lights right on top of your plant to prevent yeah, I don't see stinging nettle in this book. I only have one book, mind you. Slippery elm. I'll look on my phone. I have no problem with stinging nettle. I don't have it here. I don't see, like, I would have to grow it. It's not like I can find it in the wilderness. I've never tried to forage very far, but I don't think it would let me but I've heard some things about it. I think people are talking about it for the herb garden challenge. Stinging nettle benefits. They sell tablets. They sell the for tea. Yes, it says treats painful muscles and joints, eczema, arthritis, gout, and anemia, so low iron. Today, many people use it to treat urinary problems during the early stages of an enlarged prostate called benign prostate hyperplasia, or BPH. And there's a whole bunch of information. It's like an antihistamine, anti-inflammatory, and antibacterial properties. Aid in the treatment of acne and skin problems. It's high in amino acids, which is a protein, flavonoids, and bone building minerals like iron, calcium. So yeah, nothing's wrong with it, but check with your medical doctor. Not every herb agrees with everybody. Some people can take some and not others. So always do some research and check and make sure. But I don't see anything wrong with stinging nettle. I just don't have it. I haven't seen it here wild, so I would have to grow it. I plan on going to the bush and harvest some, yeah, and dry it. And if you have it readily, yeah, and you don't, check, make sure you don't have any allergies to it. Maybe use it on a week tea and see if you have any reaction. Again, talk to your doctor. This is not medical advice. I'll search it in my book. I'll be right back. Okay. And the stingers come off when you boil it. Yeah, I've heard some things about it, but just I told I've told Brooke before, and I'll say it again. I'm not gonna grow every herb known to man, and none of us are. There's so many herbs, and so many of them overlap that the first thing I recommend is always having what's easily available in your zone. Don't just grow something because somebody else is growing it. If it's gonna grow in your zone and it's gonna be a perennial, it's gonna come back every year. It needs little to no maintenance. Those are the ones that you should probably focus on first. We don't have time to be adding more work to our schedule. It's just too much. So find things that are gonna be a perennial. Don't plant mint in the ground because it's gonna be very invasive and just stuff like that. But most herbs are multifunctional. Between oregano, the two kinds of thyme I have, the mints I have, and this Jamaican sorrel, the roselle, and all these different things, ginger tea, like you got a good apothecary right there. You don't and by the time you have like the dandelion leaf, I having now catnip, borage, and all the other stuff, you're good. You're good. 10 to 20 should be enough for most people, unless you have some serious issues that you're trying to deal with. But yeah, nothing wrong with stinging nettle. Look again, but without the word stinging. Oh, nettle. I just put the book away. Thank you. I should have read that. Seed, leaves, and the roots of stinging nettle are all edible. There you go. That might be better than just a herb because you can use the roots. Let me find nettle. Let me see if maybe you're right. It's just under nettle. Um. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam. Smart lady. Just use nettle. Hold on. Common nettle or just nettle? Okay. Yes. Thank you, smart people. It's a weed to me. Others call them lettuce. Blah blah blah. The smaller the leaves, the better the benefits, and before the nettle flowers is best. Stinging nettle is a perennial on the roots, so it's considered a weed. Okay, so here's the information from Psalm. Diuretic, tonic, prevents hemorrhaging, astringent, reduces prostate enlargement, anti-inflammatory, eases urinary tract symptoms, anti-arthritic, treats hay fever and asthma, and insect bites. Well, if you have allergies, it's probably appealing. So much at our fingertips, and in truth, already in our So just don't feel pressure to grow every herb that people are talking about. There's probably herbs in your own wild area that are growing readily, and that's going to be useful. And especially when they say like it's being pollinated locally, like there's more. It's programmed more to your what you need for that zone, for that area, if that makes sense. Like the honey you get has from the plants in your area that are going to benefit you more than buying something from overseas or from some other state, from your own local backyard. I want my herbs to be lasting year to year. Yeah. And if you want to grow some extra stuff, no problem. But there's so many herbs that, trust me, you don't have to be growing everything that we're all recommending. Diaper rash, hives, nosebleeds, allergic rhinitis, cleanses and detoxifies, protects liver function. Nettle is a perennial. Now, I'll see what it says here. Probably the same thing. Page 35 and page 61. Okay, so nettle, it says on here, same thing, like asthma, baldness, bleeding, dandruff. Maybe I should use it for dandruff. Sometimes I get dandruff, diarrhea, hemorrhage, insect bites, kidneys. I don't know what this word is. Leukorrhea, lymph glands, night sweats, urinary problems. Nettle helps expel gravel and stones from any organ where formed, especially the kidneys. So if you have kidney stones, this may be helpful to purge them out. But again, this is not medical advice. We're just reading a book. You go talk to your doctor. 61 and 69. Hold on, let's see what it says here. Okay, so under 61, it gives you like the baldness, prevent hair loss, and it gives you some herbs like aloe vera, burdock, blah blah, horsetail, sage, watercress. Funny enough, I'm growing watercress. Didn't know it was for that, but I thought it was to clean the blood. I have sage. I have nettle. Some of you have yarrow. And it says here shampoo with tea. I guess you wash your hair with the herb, the concoction, and it helps with dandruff and preventing hair loss if you're having some breakage. Okay, and then 60. What page is it? 69 and 70. Hold on. I'm not watching the chat, so if I miss somebody, hey David. I know you hear the ball doesn't come back. Okay, David's saying whorehound. I was looking down though, so I didn't see that. So now under here it has dandruff, and then nettles under here again. It says chaparral and yarrow can be used both as a tea on the head as well as taken internally. So you can, I guess, boil it, make a tea, strain it off, and then you can rinse your hair with it. Or, and then shampoo or mix it with your shampoo. I don't know how that would actually work, but you can wash your hair if you have dandruff. Some people have very bad dandruff, so this might be helpful because nothing works for them. Then under the next page, it says diarrhea, and there's several herbs. That's why I keep saying there's multiple things. So for instance, under the diarrhea tab, there's at least 2, 4, 6, 8, about 25 herbs that are listed that help with diarrhea. So you don't have to just have one thing, but nettle is on here, as well as, let's say, sage again, thyme's on here again, yarrow's on here again, and all these different things. And it says take half a teaspoon of, and has different remedies. You can have red raspberry leaf tea. I know red raspberry is good for feminine issues and fibroids and other things, menstrual cycle. So it helps with multiple things. So again, find what works for you and what you can get in your area. 70, 77. Let's see what it says there. Yeah, so it talks about hemorrhaging, and it has external hemorrhaging, internal, lungs, urinary, uterus. Nettle is on there for urinary. And I'm going up. Yeah, I don't see it under anything else under hemorrhage but urinary. No. Hemorrhage, external. Yeah, internal. Lungs. Nosebleed. It's not under there. And then I guess urinary bleeding. It's under that list. So yeah, if you get an herb book, it'll tell you what herbs are good for what, and you'll see a lot of overlap. So that's why there's so many options. Talk to your doctor, because if you have an allergy to one thing, that doesn't mean you can't get help for that same ailment from another herb. Use your, your research, and then talk to your doctor about what's going to work for you. Let me go back to the chat because I was staring down for a long time. Let me go back up. But yeah, I didn't know about the kidney stones, and some people do get kidney stones, especially when you eat certain foods. It just happens. So if you do that, then maybe that will help cleanse out things. I don't know. Talk to your doctor. I've never grown baby's breath, David. I don't have that in my seed thing. So I know for you have a lot more herbs than most people, and I've learned a lot of the herbs from you and gotten the seeds based on what you've recommended in the past. So if you ain't growing it, I don't think anybody else is, because you grow a lot of herbs. I'm glad that we looked in our books, because it reminded me that I need to shake up my cayenne. Oh, I use a lot of cayenne pepper. I made a tincture and I put it in certain teas. That has helped with my circulation, my immune system. I don't think there's any side effects of cayenne pepper. I use a tincture, not the powder. I grew it myself. I put it in some vodka, and that's what I've been doing. I might grind some this year and make a powder. I am trying to make an effort to use my dehydrator more. I'm definitely going to be washing some sea moss and dehydrating it and making it into a powder. I saw that last night, and then you can just put like a half a teaspoon into your smoothies. That may be easier to keep longer shelf life than having it as the gel in the fridge, because you know it's not going to last much longer in the fridge, maybe 3 weeks if you're lucky. I could freeze it, but I think if I start doing more dehydration and powders, I'll get a much longer shelf life. So I'm gonna try doing that. But if anyone's doing baby breath, let us know. I'll keep. I'm going to yeah, just reading a book. Yeah, you guys have to do your own research. Still, yeah, Whorehound. I heard of it. I don't have it here. You have Yara. Okay, I know you have. Brad has a lot of plants and seeds too. Gonna hear the ball. I'm telling you, the ball. But the dandruff. I know some people have dandruffs and scalp issues, and you don't want to put chemicals in it, and certain things dry out your hair. So I'm gonna tell the person about this because that might help with their dry scalp. Um, and certain medications make things more difficult. No, I'm just asking about whorehound, not for bald. No, no, I was reading about the nettle. Yes, now I know I've got to look for the smallest stinging nettle plant. I just want to make tea. Yep, get it, wash it, dry it, and there you go. Hey, Fresh and Fire. I love the herbs combo. Bay leaf, sage, and clove tea is the only thing that has helped fires. I have clove here too. I'm gonna start doing that because I don't get clogged up anymore as much, but I still sometimes do, as you hear. Sometimes it's just being indoors too much. But oregano oil has been very helpful to me with my sinuses. Oregano oil and black seed oil. Um, but I do use clove for sure. And I have sage. I just haven't made the tea. Sometimes I'm just lazy of mixing different mixes, and that's what it is. It's not like I don't have these herbs in the dry form. Boxwood, sorry, toothache plant. I don't have the toothache plant. No, cayenne is yes, and circulation. Cayenne has really helped me a lot, and even with the blood pressure, it helped me a lot. Um, Cayenne can super boost other herbs and medicines like blood pressure meds. So just keep an eye. Yeah, I take it. It hasn't interfered with my medication, but I'm trying to come off the medication. So yeah, yeah. I haven't got sick this year. A little clog up here and there, even today, but I haven't been sick. I don't take it every day. I take it, and I take it like literally 1 or 2 little drops. That's all you need, and a green tea, and it just does what it has to do. Um, and exactly. And some other thing, I think grapefruit's not good for medication because that can make it too strong or absorb too quickly. Talk to your doctor and tell them what you're doing so they know. And they can advise you of maybe what time to take certain things. But this is just a conversation. This is not medical advice. So you gotta have to make sure. Where's my other banner? You do your research. Let me put my other one. This is not medical or financial advice. Was the best veggie. It really, yeah, it's very good. There's a lot of herbs. I'm sure you're gonna find a lot of herbs in your foraging. It's probably some wild spinach, some wild lettuce, some leafy greens. Let me see here. Dandelion, golden seal, hibiscus. I use a lot of parsley in my juices. I use a lot of cilantro, coriander. I use dandelion greens. I'm growing that now for my herbs, and I've been having it in the WIG, and it's very bitter. I put it in my salads. I eat it raw, just a leaf at a time, and I put my in my green juice. Hibiscus. I don't. Well, I use the roselle, which is kind of hibiscusy. Good for blood pressure. Good for. I haven't had a problem. If you want to grow black seed herb, I can add that to your. Oh yeah, there's black seed herb. Well, black seed oil is from cumin, right? Black cumin. I don't know. I think I know, but I don't know. But yeah, you can add that in. And I'm gonna grow. There's some things I got from Garden State Gardener, and I have the stuff from Som. I'm not gonna grow. I'm gonna grow the King of Bitters, but not yet because I don't have much room. My shelf is full, so I can see why Ten's husband's getting her shelf. Because when you start growing and you have your stuff in the different shelves, it fills up really quickly. So I'm gonna grow that after the first wave of plants go outside, so I can have some more herbs with that tray and keep my eye on them. Yeah, black cumin is black seed. Okay, perfect. I will grow that. Good bet the average PCP isn't gonna know enough about natural herbs. Some of them know, because both of my doctors, the one that retired and the one that I have now, are from a different culture. And their culture, where they come from, is a lot of herbs and natural remedies and different things. And she even recommended some things to me. She goes, "No, I'm not giving you pills. Just take this for so many days, and then you'll see an improvement. And then eat this food and whatever." So it depends on the culture of the doctor. And both of my doctors are from a different culture, and they understand the power of food and herbs. But you can always get to be forwarded to a nutritionist or a naturopathic doctor that works with your practitioner and can take a list of your medications and then understand what to recommend for you. So you can still get that advice in conjunction with your doctor, because they can refer you and they work together, and they get a copy of your file and they can just advise you what to do. Um, I've got to get golden seal too. I have golden, no, I think it's golden rod. Is it the same thing? Because I found it growing wild in my backyard. Because I think Brampton did a video, and I'm like, oh, that's a herb. It was a growing in the yard. The neighbor didn't mow his lawn, and then you see, oh, look what grows in your yard. Um, bearberry leaves. Is that, I don't know what that is. Is that blueberry or some other berry? Either way, I don't have it. All I have is red raspberry leaf tea that I buy. I don't know anything else besides that. I swear by yoga for high blood pressure too. Mine wasn't super high, but it was nudging up, so I started doing yoga regularly. I take a lot of supplements, but no medication. Oh, that's a good reading, Brampton. Mine is, I'm taking medication, but I'm weaning myself off, and I told her we're gonna have a meeting. That's why I'm going to get my sleep test done, because somebody mentioned, and another doctor mentioned, that sometimes blood pressure, especially the diastolic number, the bottom number, that you're having a hard time lowering and you're doing everything else you're supposed to be doing, could be linked to sleep apnea and or pre-diabetes. So it's definitely not anything to do with no diabetes. That's been ruled out, and I knew it wasn't that. So maybe it's sleep apnea. So I'm going to check, and then if that is diagnosed, I'll see what can be done for that, and see when that's being treated if that will affect my diastolic number. But I am walking again. I'm doing the in-home workout. So like, you're walking and doing like a light cardio to different music, and you're kind of dancing. I've been doing that in the morning. I'm taking care of the chickens. And sometimes if it's warm enough, I walk at lunch as well for 20 to 25 minutes. And yeah, exercise. It's very important to exercise. So I'm trying to make sure I'm doing that. I'm drinking my juices that I'm making. I'm eating, fresh leafy greens. Don't have that much other stuff. I don't have that much meat. So it's really like what's left. Yeah, I could lose a few pounds, but I'm not overly overweight, but I could lose a few pounds. That's still not enough to justify why the numbers are not lowering. Doctors that prescribe medicine call herbs alternative medicine. When it's, oh, goldenrod is different than golden. Okay. Master herbalist Patrick Dells. Oh yeah, I watch him. I do watch him, and everyone knows I watched Yaki Awaken. I watch another guy. What's his name now? Paul something or other. He's on Instagram and TikTok. Paul's Law. A lot of these people are plant-based, so they don't want you eating no animal product, but it's like, I eat animal product. Whorehound, wheeziness, bronchitis, bronchiolitis, asthma, whooping cough, controlled type 2 diabetes, normalized rhythm. Okay. I talked to my doctor about these stuff because I'd rather take something natural that I can grow or get from a gardener or a farmer than to have to go to somebody in a white coat and get all this stuff. And if something is not in stock, then what am I gonna do? I'm up a creek. I haven't done yoga in a while, but I'm doing wall Pilates and stuff in the house. and I'm creeping back to get to the actual gym. So I might get back to the actual gym soon because I want to do some of the machines there and get some weights and get some muscle building. But yeah, but that's good that you're not on any medication. That's very good. That's what I'm trying to do is get off of what I'm on and just diet, exercise, nutrition, and have everything operating the way it's supposed to. Because the medication is not working. Trust, I was taking it and it's certainly not working. Tara Greenhouse in Milton does yoga on Sundays. We should go. Maybe one day we will. It depends on the time though. I'm growing it for asthma. Okay. Yeah, there's I know when we got sick a couple years ago, the herbs and the teas what cleared my lungs and my chest and the mucus and stuff like that. Even now, like I'm clogged up. The eucalyptus, I'll have a cup of tea. Like it's something that I always have to deal with. So I want to take medication, and sinus medication causes other problems, and the spray causes other problems too. So I'm just not willing to take all those side effects. So I'm more keen to do the herbs, but don't get it twisted. Herbs are medicine as well. So you can't just go and be mixing up random stuff. So talk to your doctor about what you want to be doing and taking and see what they can advise you. It's 11:45, so I'm going to go now. It's snowing, but it's beautiful out there. I think if I shovel the rest now, the sun is kind of melting some of the snow, so I can kind of get it cleared out and get some of those rat traps out. And I'm gonna go to the whatchamacallit, the cash and carry. I need some cucumbers and some green to make some more juice because I want to get my nutrients. I'm taking this mad seriously and get my video, the last clip of today, how it looks today, add that to my footage and edit that video for the herb garden challenge. And I want to do the WIG video that I haven't done all now. I want to get the video out. So take care. Have a great weekend. Yeah, I know I'm going to, Denise. Gotta go. Have a blessed day. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Hit the thumbs up, please, before you leave. It helps with the algorithm and get the stuff out there. Hey, Texas Lala, you've been in the bushes. And we'll all see each other on Monday because we're gonna be watching all the herb garden videos. So make sure you support each other's videos. And hopefully you started your seedlings for your outdoor garden. Oh, you're editing it now. Dexter crashes. So I'll see you next week. I have a vlog coming out at 12 noon today. Okay, if it's on your if you haven't already posted, I'll click the reminder. So G Mama has a video coming out at 12 noon today. Oh, in any minute now. Okay. I'll be there in the live in the premiere. So I'll see you guys. Guys, have a blessed day and we'll talk soon. And you'll see me in these streets. I think today is the chat. GQuat, I think is today. Other people maybe today, I don't remember. Tomorrow I think it's going to be Broke Farmer because he was live the Monday, so I think he's going to be going live tomorrow. Broke Farmer. I'm not sure who else is going to be live, but just check in with people. Hey, my urban garden. I'm just closing off. So, and Frugal Mama, take care. We'll see you soon. But just do your research, check the herbs, try to get more active. If everyone can get more active and you don't have to leave your house. I'm going to post on my community tab. I'm going to share. I'll share my community tab the videos that I'm doing at home because maybe you'll like it. Sometimes you can listen to like the God, my words. Whitney Houston, they have a Whitney Houston playlist and you're doing it to Whitney Houston music. I love Whitney Houston. They might have, the old bands from like the 70s and 60s. And there's just different music that you can do. And you can do 10 minutes, 15, 20, 25. If all you have is a quick 50-minute break at lunch, you can do 15 minutes and you'll feel great. I might do a pop-up live today. At some point since I brushed my hair. Okay, so I'll get notified if you go live because I have you on my thing. So if you go live and I get notified, I'll be there. But YT doesn't notify you properly. It tells you after the person's been on for an hour. So take care. It's a vlog, not a premiere. Oh, it's not a premiere? Okay, no problem. But I'll see you guys. Take care. Have a great week. And behave yourself. Bye. Be blessed.